Okay, hello everyone. So we still have 5 minutes to start the session. So let's just wait for everybody to join the session. I'll start it on time at 3 p.m. It's a very nice session, and you'll see there'll be a lot of good learning for you after this session on how to take part in this global management challenge. Before that, if any of you can confirm me if I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. And also, is the Excel sheet visible?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Perfectly visible.
Okay, thank you. So please ask all your team members that wish to join the session, they can join. Also, you don't need to worry about the recording and this Excel sheet. So everything is being recorded. We will share you the recording of the session. We will also share you this Excel sheet. But the best way of learning is when you see it live happening in front of you. So normally we keep it on Saturday so that everybody can attend these sessions. This one is a little lengthy session. I think it might go over 2 hours. It generally goes to 2.5 hours. I'll try and go as fast as possible so that everybody can understand. And also, we always do one session after the trial round because I believe that trial round might have been a little, or let's say a small experience for you to start in this competition, so that now before we start the main competition, you have a fair amount of or a little basic understanding of what is required of all participants in this competition. So that's the process that we are going to follow. Having said that, if any of you wants to raise a particular doubt before, while we are still waiting for everybody to join to start the session, you can raise your feedback or your doubt or anything that you want me to look into or want me to cover in this session.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
In fact, because of some preoccupied some program, we could not done that trial. Our team member, none of our team member could do that trial.
Okay.
So if you can have 5 minute glimpse or have a 5 minute overview of that trial, and also it will be helpful for us.
So it is the trial round is the same thing that we are repeating in the round one. Have you?
Okay.
So it's the same thing that we are repeating. Having said that, I will, if you have done the trial round or you have not done the trial round, of course, trial round is very important because then this session becomes more easy for you to understand. But again, I will go from very basic. So it will not be that much of an impact. But yes, a little bit of trial round experience would have been better. Also, if it is my request, if we can avoid, okay. One is we will, like I mentioned, I will share this Excel sheet and recording after this session. You don't need to worry about that. Also, I request if we can avoid as much as possible putting messages in the chat box so that if you have any doubt, you can raise it to me, by stopping me or just by unmuting yourself and just you can straight away raise your doubts with me. Um, so let's just wait 2 more minutes. If any of you have any more doubt or any more concept, any more, feedback that you want to discuss with me so that I can help you with that. We will have a total of 3 such briefing sessions in total. So the first and second one are probably the most crucial one, and the third one is by the third one you already have a grasp of everything that we are gonna do in this competition. Okay. So on the first screen that we have a report which we call as sample management report. So if you go to the competition website, I am sure everybody has received their login credentials.
Yes, sir. We received.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is how your website looks like. So you put your login credentials over here and you get a decision tab over here, right? So the first process, also we follow a calendar at which, so let's say in this calendar, you have to submit the decisions of 2016 quarter 2 till Thursday 10:30 p.m. Right? Now, how does this works? So we have given you a company that is for which we have given you the 5 historical reports. We will discuss this 16 Q1 report because this is the last one. So always the last report is the most crucial one, right? Because it's the recent past of the company. So we will discuss this 16 quarter 1 report. We'll understand how this report looks like. What are the four, configuration for what are the how this four report is divided into 4 parts. We'll discuss that. But the company has operated till 16 quarter 1, and now you guys have registered as the new management for the company, and you will take decisions for the next 5 quarters of the company, which is 16/2, 16/3, 16/4, then 17/1, 17/2. Okay. Also, just remember 17/1 means January to March. Quarter 2 means April, May, June, and so on and so on. So the financial year in this is January to December, not April to March, because this is an European company. So we are working on a global company in this experience. So the company is operated till 16 quarter 1, and now you have to operate for 16 quarter 2. So the idea is very simple. We have given you this manual. Is the website visible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have given you this manual in PDF and online version. You study this manual. On the basis of this manual, you will be able to understand how a particular variables are arriving. And then you do some calculations, which we are going to talk about in specifically in this briefing session. And you submit your decisions for the next quarter. Once you submit your decisions for the next quarter, we will, so all teams have been divided in groups, right? So let's say Team Maverick in group 1 will submit decisions. So does Team Flash, and so does all these 8 teams. Once all these 8 teams, which is till the deadline time of 10:30 p.m., which is also coming here, that this much time we have to submit our decisions. Once all these teams submit decisions for 16 quarter of 16 quarter to the simulation, after this deadline passes, we will run your decisions, we will evaluate your decisions, and outline how your company has performed on the basis of your decision. So it's a real-time assessment of your decision-making ability and your ability to run a company. So any doubt so far? Any doubt on understanding how the process works?
Yeah, this is Rakesh Singh Pamke.
Yes, sir.
Just the whatever I'm seeing in the screen, the companies will be judged based on these 3 parameters: net assets, market value, and share price, or other parameters
No,
also.
it will be just only on this investment performance. This
Okay.
is accumulation of a lot of variables. For now,
Okay.
primarily you have to focus on share price for the starting rounds. So the variable is investment performance on which we judge, but investment performance is primarily based on share price. So if you study the manual, you will understand what are the factors that influence share price. You can start with basics like profitability, market share and stuff like that. Is that okay, sir?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Any more doubt on how the competition works? What's the agenda of this competition? Okay, I have, sir, the sound is clear. Shubham ji, the sound is clear from my side. Please see, because everybody else is able to get the sound. I am audible, right?
Yeah, you are clear.
Okay. So let's try and go in depth of this 16 quarter 1 report, and then uh, are some participants struggling with the sound?
Okay, sir. Okay. It's okay. Sound okay.
Okay, it's working, right? Okay. So we will try and see this 16 quarter 1 report and then try and assess then how we have to take the 75 decision variables for 16 quarter 2. Okay. So each report, which we call as management report, has 4 parts. The first part is called decision sheet. Okay. The second part is called resources and products data. The third part is called financial statements, and the fourth part is called group information. So let's just quickly understand how each report is and what's the importance of each report. So in the first report, every decision that we input on the website, the simulation captures that and put this in this format on your report. The importance of this first part report is, so let's say if you get a star mark in particular report, let's say you get, for example, you get a star mark over here. So this means that the management wanted to recruit 4 workers, but if a star mark has come, that means that this decision did not got executed correctly, right? Okay, I request to please not annotate on the please avoid putting marks on the screen so that it is clear to everyone, right? So the importance of this decision sheet is whatever values you input on the competition website, they get reported here, and if it comes with a star mark, that means that this decision has not happened as per your expectation. For example, let's say you wanted to recruit 4 workers, but you were only able to recruit 2 workers in that particular quarter. So this will come as 4, but it with a star mark. And then when you go to the further reports, you will see why this star mark has come. For example, in this case, let's say if I had decided to recruit 4 workers, and let's say only 2 had got recruited, or let's say 3 had got recruited, this has come up with a star mark, right? So this is the important of the first report, that you get to see whether a particular decision has been reported correctly or all my decisions have executed correctly. For example, another variable could be quantities to deliver. Let's say I want to deliver 1000 goods to the market. Let's say if it comes up with a, sorry, if it comes with a star mark, that means it means that I wanted to deliver 1000, but due to some reason, there we have not been able to deliver 1000. It could be 950, 960, 980, depending on your production capacity. Again, this experience you will get in this round as we start to compete. You will get an experience why we have not been able to 1000. So we have to go through this process in one round after another, and then things will get more clear. But the importance of first report is you will be able to see what are the 75 decisions that the management took in that particular quarter, right? So the next part of the report is the resources report. So you will be able to see what is the current space in my factory, what is the report on machines, how many machines I have, how many hours available, how many, what is my machine efficiency. Then you will be able to see your stock of raw materials, how many raw materials you have. You will have internet statistics. Then you have your human resource. So how much labor you have available to do work. Then you have your agents and distributors section. Again, we'll go all of them in a small detail in this session. Here you have logistics. Here you have your carbon emissions data. Here you have your product data on how much quantities you sold, you ordered, you have in your warehouse and stuff like that. Here you have your outcomes of product improvement and so on. Then you have your financial statement, which is like income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement. And then you have your group information. So first part in the group information is economic intelligence. So what are the bank interest rate, what is the exchange rate in the market, and so on, so on. And then you get the comparable data for each company. So over here, you can see what is the share price at the end of the quarter that each company has recorded. And so was the other variables like investment performance. So this is the winning criteria. We will judge company on the basis of this criteria. For now, don't worry on this criteria, focus on share price. Right? For now, you should focus on share price. Similarly, you have the pricing that each company is selling at their products in market. So you have the pricing data of each company in this particular part. Then you have how many employees each company has, and so on and so on. You also have extracts of balance sheet of each company. So with these variables, you will be able to assess what strategy other companies in your group are going like how or like what they are doing, what you are not doing. So you will be able to assess all such data. Over here, if you will get the market share data. Over here, you will get data like how much each company is investing in the advertisement, in product development, and what are the star ratings of their product in the market as per the customers' ratings. So all this data is being captured in this management report. So this is all generated by the simulation after you submit your 75 decision variables to the simulation. So let's now, with this 16Q1 report in with us, let's try and understand how we have to take these 75 decisions one by one. So I will start with the advertisement, then I will go to pricing, then I will go to quantities to deliver, and so on and so on. So before that, any doubt before I proceed with the first decision on advertisement?
Sir, there are three products. Products 1, 2, 3. What is the corporate?
What is the?
Corporate. On first
I will
product column.
explain that. I will explain that, sir. Okay. Let's start with the advertisement first. Okay. So now in advertisement, you have to take two decisions. One is corporate advertising and the other is product advertising. So see, we are manufacturing three products, which is 1, 2, and 3. Product 1 is the cheaper product. Product 3 is the higher end product. So it's like, for example, let's say consider Air India as an airlines. Like Air India is an airlines. So it has three products. One is economy seat, then the other is premium economy, and the third is business class. Let's understand it this way, right? Now let's say, now what's the difference between this corporate and product advertisement is? So let's say I hope I am audible.
Yes,
So the
sir.
voice is breaking in
You are
between
audible.
sometimes.
So that is down to the network, but from my side, I think it should be good. Okay, but anyways, we are recording the session. So let's say Air India is a company. Now Air India, I will put this premium. Okay, let me put it this way. Now Air India has three markets. Let's say India, and then let's say Europe. Let's say Europe, and let's say Middle East, for example, or let's say internet in this case.
यहाँ पे होगा, यहाँ पे ज्वाइन ऑडियो करिए, कंप्यूटर ऑडियो कर लीजिए।
Okay. Now let's say, so one option is Air India markets itself as a airlines, right? So that is, it is marketing itself as a corporate in form. It's a corporate advertisement, wherein it is marketing itself as an airlines, right? Whereas let's say Air India launches a new flight from, let's say, New Delhi. Let's say it launches a new flight from New Delhi to let's say London. Let's say it launches a new product. So that becomes a product, right? So when it launches a new product and it markets its new product, that is a product marketing. Right. So corporate, it's like Indigo. Let's say Indigo marketing itself as an airlines for your travel. That's a corporate advertisement. But let's say Indigo launches a new flight from Delhi to Istanbul or Delhi to Chennai or whatsoever. Then it's a product marketing. And then that product marketing, you have to allocate that, to each market, because you are selling your products to all these three markets. One is Europe, one is NAFTA, and the other is through the rest of the world through internet. Right. So this is how you do this is the difference between corporate and the product marketing. But what is mentioned in the manual is an interesting thing that we have created for you. Let's say I invest 10,000 euros on product marketing in Europe in this Q1. Now this 10,000 euros, whatever I invest in product 1 will only have impact on sales in Q1. It will have no impact in Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5. So that means if I am looking for sales in the current quarter, it is my product advertisement that will help me. Whereas what is mentioned for corporate is that if I invest corporate 10,000 euros in quarter one, let's say in my first decision, it will not have any impact in quarter one, but it will have maximum impact in next quarter. Then a little diminished impact in the next quarter, then a further lower impact in quarter four, and then more a further lower impact in next quarter. So basically, corporate advertisement has impact in future quarters, whereas product advertisement has an impact in the current quarters. So is this difference between product and corporate clear? Sir, you need to join with computer audio, I believe, so that you can hear the voice. Because other participants are able to hear it. So, but we are anyways recording the session. So is this difference between product and corporate clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
So we have created a problem for you, right? You need to go for long-term marketing as well. You also need to go for a short-term marketing as well, right? So this is a problem that we have created for you. Now, how do you balance it? I will not tell you how to do that, but I will tell you that this was the decision that the management had taken in the previous quarter for its marketing budget. And I'll tell you that this is a completely wrong marketing strategy. That the manage. So we gave you company with a wrong marketing strategy, which you need to correct. Now, how you correct is your strategy, but I'll tell you the problem with this current marketing strategy that we gave you with. Right. Now, for example, let's say, let me ask this question. Let's say I have one market is my Europe and my other market is NAFTA. Right. Let's say I get 60% of my revenue from Europe and 30% of my revenue from NAFTA. So will my marketing budget in both markets will be same, or will I have more in Europe or more in NAFTA? What will be the scenario?
It will be same as the organization is one only.
So then
It should be different.
So
why?
since we have to increase our
More in Europe, more in
NAFTA,
Europe.
more profit from NAFTA, we have to invest more in advertising in NAFTA regions, in my opinion.
Okay. Let's say let's say the first part is, see, you are putting investment into advertisement from the revenue that you are getting in each market, right? So if let's say I decide that I will put 5%, for example, let's say don't stick to 5%. Let's say if I decide that I will, so the way the corporates work is that they would decide that this much we have to, this much portion or this much budget of our portion of our revenue will go into the advertisement budget. So if Europe is my is this much, is my market with 60% revenue, then the budget of advertisement in Europe should be higher compared to NAFTA. Right. Now, then it comes a management decision that if, let's say, so if going by this logic, let's say the budget of Europe is 100, or let's say 60,000, and let's say the budget of NAFTA is 30,000. Now comes a management decision. Let's say that I want to add another 10,000 in NAFTA so that I can grow my business in NAFTA. So this becomes a little logical thinking. But when I do 60-60 in both the cases, and I explain that the 30 over here is because I want to add more sales in NAFTA, then that means that I am not doing justice to my European market, because it could happen that your competitor in the group or your other company would realize this. And let's say he does this, he puts 90 he puts, or let's say you put 45 and 45 over here, right? So that the average is same. He does 60 over here and he does 30 over here, right? So he would get advantage in Europe, because Europe, the sales of the demand of our product, because we are a company that is based in Europe. So the demand of our product is high in Europe. So, okay, it's good to increase one market, but it is also not good to decrease, or to move budget of one market from there here to another. So any increase that we want to invest in NAFTA, it has to be from profit. It does not need to be from the budget that we have to allocate for Europe. And this is the problem that I need to show it to you over here. So if you'll see, this was the pricing that the management decided. So I've just copied the data from here, the decision that the management took. This was the sold to quantities that we recorded at the end of the quarter, right? And this was the, so if I multiply the prices with the sold to quantities, I get the revenue of each product in each market, right? Now what I have done is I have divided this revenue by 1000. Why 1000? Because just for my ease of calculation, because we are entering this advertisement budget in the multiples of thousands. Right. Now, if I divide this 314, that means this budget I have allocated on these, I have for to earn a revenue of this many thousand euros, I have invested 5,000 euros in Europe on product one. So if I divide this 5,000, so over here, this is what I have done. I have done this in percentage. That means I am investing 1.5% of my revenue in Europe on advertisement. Whereas in NAFTA, this percentage comes to 9.5%. In internet, this is coming as 5.6%. Basically, what I've done is every revenue that I have earned on product one, right? This I have earned a revenue of 314.275 thousand euros. I have earned this revenue by investing 5,000 euros in marketing, 5,000 euros. So if I divide 5,000, if I divide this by this figure, I get this, and if I now multiply it by 100, that means I am only investing 1.59% of my revenue of product one in Europe in advertisement. Whereas similarly for NAFTA, it is 9.5% and for internet, it is 5.6%. So is this a problem? Is this a right distribution, or do we see a problem in this?
Need to enhance the advertisement cost in Europe as well.
Correct. Either we decrease this, we have to form a little basis, because right now there is no percentage strategy in this. It could be a decision that you don't follow this strategy, right? You go as per your will, you agree that whatever the management is saying, but if we don't have a structured strategy on advertisement, we will end up spending more in advertisement, or we will not be doing justice to this market. So this is one problem that I wanted to highlight. Then it is up to you on how you sort it out. So is advertisement clear? Also,
Sir, I have a query.
yeah.
In this 60-30 scenario, like how will decide ki, what budget should I put in 60% and 30%? In absolute terms, like
Okay.
how will decide that? If I'm getting 60% revenue from A market, so I have to allocate more budget for that compared to the 30% market.
Okay. So
In absolute terms, should it be same, or like how I'm not getting the relationship, like
okay.
how I
No,
should
that was just
allocate
an
it?
hypothesis. That was just an hypothesis. But first is you have to calculate your cost of production, right? Now how to see, I am not doing cost of production in briefing session one. I will do a lengthy discussion. So basic cost of production in briefing session two. So that's the agenda for briefing session two. So I want you to figure out that how much your product is costing to manufacture. The easier way to do it is, we have this income statement. So in this case, if you will see, we made a profit of 103335 in last quarter, and which was including an advertisement expense of 75,000 euros, right? Now the easier way is, the right way is you do your cost of production, then based on that, after that, you add your administrative expenses, that I will allocate this much in advertisement and all that. So you have to do a proper budgeting. So see, understand, ma'am, the company has got us here to teach you all this stuff. That how do you do budgeting? How do you manage your financial statements? It's a process that we have to go through in this competition. So we will go through this one by one in each briefing session. For now, if you have to try and get to, understand how your cost of production is coming, this is one way, which is like you calculate every cost that is involved in your manufacturing process. Then you understand that how much markup you need to add in your pricing so that you can have a right pricing. You do not underprice your product. Adding the cost of advertisement, right? And assuming we sell 100%, are you able to follow me, ma'am, on this?
Sir, suppose I have 10 millions and I have two market, Europe and NAFTA. So how will I distribute 10 millions? Just, you know,
No, what is
how
10
will I
million? 10 million is your
distribute those
revenue.
10 millions between these two markets on advertisement?
Okay, let's say
10 millions I have.
let's say
Yes.
let's do it this way, ma'am. This is your income statement, right? Now in this quarter, I earned a revenue of this by investing this much on advertisement, right? Let's do it this way. So if I multiply it by this much, 100%, that means right now I am investing in the historical data 5.7% of my revenue on marketing, right? Now let's take a
Yes.
call on percentage basis. So let's say if you want to increase on advertisement, let's say you take a call, I want to increase it to 6%. So again, you have to go with the flow until and unless the easier way is you decide, let's say if I want to increase the, I am making profit. Let's say if everything goes well, if I want to increase, let's say if I want to increase it to 6%. Or let's say, are you understanding me?
Sir, explain. Yes.
So if
So
I,
my question is, there are two markets, Europe and NAFTA. So
okay.
I have 10 millions. Should I invest fixed amount like 1% of the revenue in Europe market and 1% of the revenue in NAFTA market, or it should be like this ki more percent I have to from the 10 millions that I have to put 6 millions for the 60% wala market and rest 4 millions to the
Okay.
NAFTA wala
Understand it?
market. It's
Okay, I
not
got.
like that, no?
Okay,
I
okay,
can
got.
have the flexibility, or
Okay,
there is a some this thumb rule kind of
okay.
thing. Ki
I got
no,
it, ma'am.
we are
One is
getting more profit
let's
from
say
this market, so we should invest more.
okay, let's say what are the possible advertisement strategies we have? We can do a revenue weighted system, right? That could be one strategy. Wherein you see, one is, ma'am, you have to decide that. I am not gonna decide that for you. I am telling you what are the variables or what are the options you can consider while taking such a call. So one is a very common method that is widely accepted is that each company calculates the revenue that each market area is giving it and allocates an advertisement budget accordingly to that particular market. Right. The other method is we allocate like in this method. Like over here, we have allocated a certain amount. Already in the starting, we have given you a starting position, and then you let's say you try and disrupt a market by adding, let's say, two, three, let's say making it to seven, or let's say you want to increase your 10, let's say this is 75,000 euros, right? A total of this is, sorry, it is 50,000 euros. Let's say you want to increase your product marketing to 60,000 euros. Now you keep this as 50,000 and then you decide where I have to allocate the remaining 10,000 in my marketing budget. Right? This is one way of doing it. Remember, you have to see, ma'am. I will not comment
Okay,
which
we
is
have
the.
to do the analysis. There is no thumb rule like no,
There
I
is
have to
no
invest
thumb
more
rule. It's
on
your
this.
company. You decide. Maybe you decide that I want to increase drastically my Europe marketing and not that much so that I conquer Europe market. You could be the other one. Let's say I want to drastically increase my NAFTA market. I want to capture the NAFTA market or I want to capture the intermediate market. So it's your strategy. I am just trying to show you that if we do this analysis and compare to the revenue, then there is no strategy in this particular case. You follow that strategy or you don't follow that strategy, that is entirely your call.
Okay, sir.
Also,
Okay, sir,
sir,
got it. Thank you.
what are the factors that advertising affects directly?
The sales, revenue, sales, everything.
it is directly in a simulation is made as in the more you invest in advertising, the more is the sales and
Yeah, but then let's say if I keep investing more in advertisement and run my income statement into losses, then I will my image my the image of my company would be as a loss making company. So you have to make a balance in that.
yeah, that's true.
Sir,
No,
actually, I wanted to know if we are spending for, let's say, 4% in advertising, let's say our profit margin increased by 2%. If we put 6% in advertising, let's say it increased to 2.5%. But after some time, a saturation effect will come, na, sir? Is there the model gets into that, or it will
Okay.
be linear only?
Ideally, sir, ideally as a management, I believe that because in especially in a B2C or in a product customer relay, you would like to always like to have, a good solid marketing budget so that this is one direct reason for getting your sales and orders, right? So let's say now this is a good way to talk. Again, you say you are assuming you get your profit margins have increased. So when your profit margins have increased, so what you are talking is you are allocating that a portion of that increase in your advertisement, which is good because that
Exactly.
will further enhance to increase your profit margins, right?
But there is a saturation effect, sir. In real world, there is a saturation effect, further increasing the
For example,
advertising
sir,
cost.
for example, how there is a saturation impact. Let's say right now I have
Let's say,
any.
sir, in consumer-based consumer goods things, let's talk about biscuits, sir. If we increase advertising a certain beyond certain point, then people won't be agree to consume more number of biscuits. Like there will be a saturation kind of thing. Up to some extent, the consumer base will be expanding, but after certain point, the
I mean, sir,
when the
I don't feel that. See, you have to see if the advertisement is correct, then there is no saturation, sir. The more is always better.
So for example, the Vivo
in okay.
mobiles
this
is
corporate budget,
customers.
Sir, one at a time. Let sir complete his.
Sir, this
Sir, one at a time. Let sir who was asking the doubt on biscuit company, sir, let him complete first. Yeah.
okay.
सर एक्चुअली मतलब अभी जैसे सर बिस्किट का कंजप्शन एक एरिया में हम लेट से नाश्ता मार्केट में हम कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं उसमें सर हम जैसे जैसे एडवर्टाइज बढ़ाएंगे तो दैट विल पेनिट्रेट मोर डीपर इनटू द नाश्ता मार्केट so consumption will increase, so my profit margin might increase based on my production cost and mass of scale thing. But after certain point when I penetrate let's say 98% of the NAFTA market, NAFTA consumers, after that further increasing the advertising cost won't be increasing the
Okay. I
my
got the doubt,
revenue.
sir. One is we will
So
let.
this mathematical model, sir, just to add, this mathematical model take into that part of the reality, or it just goes in a linear direction that further increasing will increase my further
Okay, I
revenue.
got the doubt. Okay, let's say it's firstly it's not a linear model, right?
Okay.
Increasing advertisement. See, it increasing advertisement will increase sales, but it will not do. Let's say if I do marketing of five, I get 300 orders. So if I put 10, I will get 600 orders. So that's not gonna happen. One is that for sure. Thirdly,
Okay.
regarding your doubt, right? One is what you are talking is a state wherein if let's say you have a 90% penetration, that becomes a case of monopoly. So when it becomes a
Yes.
case of monopoly, then yes, I agree that companies do saturate their marketing activities. But in this competition, in this, we are not giving you a monopoly market. You will be competing in a
Okay.
growing.
Understood, sir.
Got the
Okay.
point, sir? So we are not
Okay. Okay.
talking
Okay.
about a
Okay.
monopoly
Okay.
over here.
Okay. 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 Then
Yeah,
there will always be benefit in increasing the advertising cost till it doesn't
100%.
affect my
But
profit
yes,
margins. Okay.
but the proportionate increase would like to decrease as and when you increase the marketing.
Okay. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next out. So
What do we mean by internet marketing? Because if we advertise through internet, then it has effect on both Europe and NAFTA market.
correct.
So how to decide how much amount to invest through internet? Because it has effect on both Europe and NAFTA.
See, ma'am, internet marketing is basically like ads digital marketing, right? So digital marketing worldwide. So it's not only Europe, NAFTA, but also the rest of the world.
Okay.
Is it, did you got it,
Sir,
ma'am?
this corporate
Yeah.
budget is from total revenue, means say 10% of total revenue, or what? Say corporate
We did
expenditure.
this calculation, right, sir? The corporate, I didn't get the doubt, sir.
So, like product one has 5%, so it is Europe product one, Europe revenues 5%.
It's
Advertising.
5,000 pounds, sir, not 5%. It's
It's not
5,000
percent,
pounds.
it's 5,000 euros, 10,000 euros, 5,000 euros, 10,000 euros.
Okay, right, sir.
Okay, next doubt. Any doubt before I move?
Yes, there's one. What is the difference of impact of spending on corporate or particular product?
So that's what
Which
I
will have the
discussed.
more impact?
If what's no, both of them have impact. What we have
What is
played
the
with
difference? Well, if we spend more in corporate, that will have a more impact on
no,
particular product, or if you
one is this is so one is one is in product and corporate. Product is more important because this gets you orders in the current quarter. This directly leads to sales. This is like a direct way to get orders, whereas corporate has a long term effect. So whereas if I invest anything in quarter one, it will have impact till all the future quarters with a diminishing. So let's say it will have 100% impact in quarter two. It will have
that
80.
that understood. But if we spend in corporate, so it will have in next quarter, as you said, in subsequent quarters, it will have the
Impact.
less impact. But how it will impact if you spend on corporate? How will impact on product one, product two, product three?
So what
Hello.
is mentioned in the manual is what is mentioned in the,
Hello.
ma'am, 1 second, let me complete one doubt,
Oh,
sir.
oh,
Yeah. So what is mentioned in the manual is, sir, one is see, we cannot see corporate, see in with internet, you are getting a bigger reach of the geography. Whoa, sorry. With corporate advertisement, you are branding yourself as a company. So let's say you have a customer that sees your ad in quarter one, but he might not need your product in quarter one, but he might need your product in quarter three. So you are acquiring that customer through this corporate advertisement. Whereas in product, you are directly promoting your product, in that particular quarter. It's like this way. Let's say this way. Let's say I am running a campaign that in this particular product we are launching a new we are giving a discount or something like that. That's like a current hit to sale advertisement in that particular quarter. But when I say that, choose XYZ, choose let's for example, let's say real is a juice making real juice, right? Now, let's say real juice. It's marketing itself as a juice company. That's corporate advertisement. So you are attracting through corporate, you are attracting customers towards, let's say if you want to drink juice, you come to real juice. You buy real juice. Right. Now let's say when then it has a product like apple juice, orange juice, and stuff like that. So all that it is marketing. Let's say if it's a season of mango, so they might market a mango juice product in that particular quarter. So then it goes to product marketing. So you cannot choose between the one, but you have to understand the use case of both the marketings that we have. Is that answered, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, ma'am, you had a doubt? Okay.
no, sir.
Okay,
सर
so
सर वन
let's.
डाउट
Yes, sir.
सर जैसे कि आपने बताया ये जो एडवर्टाइजिंग जो स्ट्रेटजी है कि रेवेन्यू के प्रोपोर्शनल हम उसके हिसाब से कर सकते हैं, बट सर जो एडवर्टाइजिंग प्रीवियस क्वार्टर का जो बजट हमने किया था, नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में उसको कितना बढ़ाना है, उसके लिए सर कोई एस्टिमेशन करने का सर कुछ है क्या?
तो ये आपको फिगर आउट करना है फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट से कैलकुलेट करके इस सेशन में, या राउंड 1 तक हम वो चीज नहीं बताएंगे, राउंड 2 में जरूर बताएंगे, मतलब ब्रीफिंग सेशन 2 में.
ओके सर.
Okay, right. Let's move to the. So I think I have spent some time on advertisement now, so we have a little understanding of it now. Let's move to the pricing, right? Now, before we go to pricing, understand ये प्राइसिंग है किसके लिए? Like, is it for the customer, or what is the supply chain in this, right? One is, so you are companies in Europe and you have agents and distributors, right? So when I mention this pricing over here, it's like for example, let's say the wholesale and retail method that you have in real life. So for example, you have a company like Maruti, right? And Maruti, they have dealer, right? And then you have customer, right? So the Maruti manufactures, the cost of Maruti's manufacturing a car is X. So it will have an X plus price for its dealer. So this plus will become the profit for Maruti. And then they will have an X plus plus price for customer. That plus will now become the profit of dealer, right? This is a normal wholesale retail method that we have. Similarly, in this, you have agents and distributors in Europe and NAFTA that sell your product to customers. So in Europe, you sell your product to agents, which then sell your customer. So for Maruti, the customer is dealer, not these buyers, because for the dealer, the end consumer is the customer. But for Maruti, it's its dealers that are its customer, right? This is how the wholesale retail system works, right? Similarly, for NAFTA, you have these similar distributors. I will tell you what is the difference between agents and distributors, but for now, you can understand that both are retailers of the company in the market. Whereas in internet, you sell your product directly through your website to the customers. So one is, you need to understand, when I mention these two pricing in Europe and NAFTA, these are for agents and distributors, not for the customer. Whereas when I mention my pricing over the internet, it is for the customer that will go to my website and buy my product through this at this particular price. Right. Now let's take this example of this product one pricing only. In my product one, my price is 325 euro for my agent. My price on NAFTA is 335 euro for my distributors. And my pricing for internet is 375 euros for the customers. Now, what is the problem with this pricing? The problem with this pricing is that my agent, so I am running a web, let's say, it's like Maruti. Let's go back to this example again. Maruti has a dealer and then it has a customer. Right. Now, Maruti is giving a price to its dealer of 325. Right. Whereas if I go to the website of Maruti, it is listing the price of its car as 375 euros. Right. Let's say if I go online and buy a car through Maruti website, the price would be 375 euros. That means for this dealer, he has an opportunity to sell his car so even when a customer will go to a dealer to buy a car, the dealer would say that the price of the car is 375 euros, but I can give you at 365 euros, or let's say 360 euros. I am increasing. So he has a margin of 50 euros over the price. Are you understanding? So is it a good pricing strategy or is it a bad pricing strategy?
Bad only.
Correct. Right. Because if I am giving so much of margin to my dealer, or basically I am ruining my internet sales if I have this much of price difference. Let's say no, because what is you have to take a decision is, which is a commission decision. Let's say every unit that this agent sells, let's say in this case, the commission that I'm paying to my European agent is 27 euros, 7%. That means every unit that my agent sells, I will give 7% on this 325 euro for him as a commission, which comes as 22.75. If this 325 and this 375, if the difference is 50 euros, that means, let's say if my dealer sells my car at 360 euros, so he makes a profit of 35 euros on price difference, plus he also makes this commission of 7%, which comes as 22.75 euros. Whereas if let's say if I do pricing of this also as 325, or let's say even if I do it, let's say even if I do it 320. Why 320? Because I don't have any cost of a commission on this. Now I am forcing my dealer that you are purchasing it at 325 from me, right? I am forcing it that even if you sell it on 320, you will still make a profit of 22.75 minus 5 euros, because that's the discount he has run of 17.75 euros on the sale. So basically, okay, I request to please mute ma'am so that we can go. So basically this, so you decide whether you want to keep your internet price higher. You could also do it this way, 330 euro, and you could say that dealer, I am giving you the price of 325 because you are buying more goods, you are my seller, so you get 5 euro this as your secured profit, plus you earn the maximum amount from your commission. So both these strategies are valid. But certainly when I have such high difference in my product pricing over the internet, then clearly it's my agents and distributors that are making more money, and it's not me that is the company that is making more money. So basically, we have also given you a big pricing problem. Is this clear after this example?
The commission is separate from the margin, or means extra we are paying commission?
Yeah, commission is the extra that we are paying to the agent.
Means in
That
Europe
means,
we are
sir,
effectively selling at 302
Correct. Effectively, you are selling at 302. Correct, sir.
to agents.
Two agents. Correct.
Okay, sir.
Sir, there is one more, is support payments. What is that?
Let's
No.
one by one, sir. We have that topic, but right now let's focus to what I am telling.
Okay, sir.
Can you see a problem? Is this pricing correct? Can everybody see a problem? We are ruining our internet sales by increasing so much of prices over the internet and giving benefit to our agents and distributors, right?
Sir,
but sir, if the opponent gives such a, suppose we reduce our prices and opponent company will give that much margin, so agents will definitely sell those products, na, on which they get more margin.
I didn't get the doubt, sir.
No, suppose we have reduced the margin. This what is given to the agent. If
So
we have
you
reduced the
reduce my
margin,
margin by reducing your internet price, right? Not
okay.
by increasing their price.
सर जो कमीशन होता है that is applicable to agents and dealers ना?
Right. You will take a decision of that on how much percentage of your price of each product you want to give as a commission. Now let's since we are talking on this, let's say my price is 325 euros, and let's say I decide to pay 8% commission to my agent, right? So this multiplied by this divided by 100, my agent will make 26 euros. But let's say I have 350 euros as my price, and let's say I give 10% on the commission. Then the commission that I am paying to each is 35. So which do you think will the agent like? This one or this one? So
Second one.
so that is one thing that you have to. So this is how you strategize in business. So let's say if you are
So
increasing,
the agent will get 325 minus 26. The
okay,
product at this
it
much rupees na, 325 minus 26 euros.
no, it's not like this. Let's say it's like this way. Let's say the agent, it's like this.
Suppose
Agent,
the price of a product is 100 euros. Okay, let's start from this.
okay.
Now the
Now
product
the
price is
agent,
100 euros. Yes.
so it's basically it's like this way that the agent will buy from you your product with 100 euros only, and then at the end of the quarter the agent will say that I have sold 1000 units, and you promised me a 10% commission on these units because I am your approved agent. So I will get an additional commission of this 100 euros.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, here my question is in case of internet, when we are giving a margin to a customer, that is the end user. So basically, that is a profit either with respect to if we go for a dealer, then the profit margin that he will go if we go for the internet. Is it the commission that is we want to play here?
No, 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 sir. I showed you that this is my price that I have listed on my company's website, and this is the price that I am offering to my dealer.
Right,
Plus,
got it. So why we are paying as a commission to the customer in case of internet? To whom we are paying this commission in
okay,
case
this
of internet?
commission we are paying. So in internet, we have one fixed distributor. It's like Amazon. It's basically to Amazon. Or
Basically it's a profit to end user.
no, 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 no.
No.
Service
To the commercial website.
To the service provider, to the internet distribute service provider, who's taking
Okay,
care
got
of your delivering goods to the.
okay, got it. Thank
Sir, can you explain in the case where the internet price is below the price to agents and distributors? You just explained in the first part.
Okay, let's say this way. Let's say you have internet over here.
Internet 320.
You have
Yeah.
Europe over here, right? Now let's say if I do 375 and 325 in this case. So clearly we realize that the agent is gonna be a little naughty and he's gonna take the advantage of my poor pricing over the
Yes.
internet,
That
and
will hurt my internet, huh?
that will admit. Now let's say other case. Let's say I do this 330 and I do this 325. In this case, what I'm giving is I am saying that every agent I am giving a 5 euro as a fixed profit plus
Yes.
commission as your earnings.
Okay.
Right? The other cases I do this 320, I do this 325. In this case, I am saying to my agent that see in internet I don't have to pay any, I don't have to pay that much of commission and my prices to directly to the customer, right? There is no other cost related to transportation and stuff like that. My costs are lower in internet, so so my price is low in internet. But then if if any customer comes to you and let's say ki the price on internet is 320 but you are asking me 325, so you give that discount from your commission.
Okay. The
Now
commission
which
is
that
getting paid to the agents extra, basically.
sorry,
The commission which you are paying to the agent is extra.
it's his earning, right? It is his earning.
Okay,
But
this will be getting reflected in my profit ना मतलब
हाँ मतलब ये आपके एक्सपेंस में रिपोर्ट हो रहा है ना सर,
expense में report होगा ना sir?
over here agents and distributors.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, I have a query.
Ma'am, yes ma'am, go ahead ma'am.
Yes. Actually, suppose I have some unsold quantity from the last quarter.
Okay.
Then whether this price will be there for the current, suppose I have 5,000 quantity which were left out in the last quarter. Whether this price will be the selling price for this quarter?
But then
Means final product, suppose in the final product in the quarter 3, suppose in second quarter, I have some unsold quantity. Then whether I'll sell it, this is the price I have given. So this price I'll sell it to, means this is the price which will be impacted.
Okay, let's say you have a factory, you have an agent, let's say, and then you also have a warehouse in Europe, right?
Yes.
Now, if the agent is not able to sell that product, that unsold will be in your warehouse in Europe.
Yes.
If it is in your warehouse in Europe, that means if he'll buy your product in the next quarter, it will come up with the new pricing that you have decided.
Yes.
Got it, ma'am?
Yes, but whether because I have given in the last quarter also some commission to the agent, but the agent is not able to sell that quantity, then this quarter also again I have to give
If he's not
something to
able
the
to
agent.
sell, if he's not able to sell, why will you give him commission? You will only give him commission on what he's able to sell.
Acha, last quarter also I need not have to pay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
can we calculate the price for customer through agents or distributor? Final price.
As in?
Suppose that we have fixed the price for agent 325. So
Okay.
what is the final price for the customer through the agent?
You don't need to worry about it, right, sir?
If I want to compare with the internet, so is there any fixed calculation for that, or it will
You
keep
assume
on?
that this is the same price that he's selling it to the customer.
Okay.
Because he will make this much of commission as his revenue on this price.
The final price will be 3.
You can assume that the price that you are selling to agent is the price for your customer.
Okay, okay.
Okay, let's move to the next part. Whenever you are working in multiple geographies, exchange rate will come into play, right? Now remember, in your group information, you have an exchange rate. So if whatever exchange, so if let's say this is the exchange rate mentioned in 16 quarter 1, this will be applicable in 16 quarter 2. Remember this. So the closing exchange rate of 16 quarter 1 will be applicable in 16 quarter 2. Right. Similarly, for 16 quarter 1, the exchange rate that we have to consider is the exchange rate that was mentioned in 15 quarter 4. Now, what I have to show is, let's say this is my pricing. And if this was the exchange rate in 15 quarter 4, and now this has decreased to 0.90 in 16 quarter 1. So exchange rate, firstly, it will not have any impact in euro because I'm manufacturing my product in Europe and I'm pricing my quantities in euros only. But in NAFTA and internet, I am selling my goods in US dollars. So this exchange rate will come into play. Now 0.90 means that 1 US dollar is equal to 0.9 euro, right? That is how this exchange rate is getting calculated. I am putting my price in euros. Let's say when this change in exchange rate has happened and I don't change my prices in NAFTA and internet, if I first compare then in US dollars for 16 quarter 1, at this exchange rate, it comes as 368, 538 and 796. Now for 16 quarter 2, if I don't change my prices, I keep them same and the exchange rate has decreased from 0.91 to 0.90, my products have become expensive. The same price, I have kept the same, but because of this change in exchange rate, my price for my customer has become expensive in NAFTA and internet because in these markets we will deal in US dollars. So that means so approximately 4 to 8 euros, my product has become expensive in each market. So make sure, again, this will have a negative impact on your sales, right? Because for the customer, the product has become expensive. So now you have to decide whether you want to put the burden of exchange rate on your customers, or do you want it to bear on your company? So this is something that you have to decide. But this is a very brief calculation that I wanted to show, that exchange rate will have an impact on your pricing. Make sure you consider that. Is this part clear?
Conclusively, if exchange rate reduces, the internet and NAFTA becomes expensive, and if exchange rate increases, the NAFTA and internet becomes cheap.
So then in that case, you can increase your prices and keep the price same for the customer in the market, right? So that's how you play with the exchange rate.
Okay.
Okay. Easy, right? So with this,
And will he get these calculation sheets?
yeah, you will get, don't worry. So we have covered advertisement. I have talked about prices as well. Now let's move to the next topic, which is the most important topic, is how we decide on how many quantities to deliver, right? Now, before that, I do all these calculations and I'll tell you the process. Understand how we decide on quantities to deliver. One is we have historical data. So through historical data, we analyze how much we are able to sell in each market. Basis on that, we take a decision. We put some values. Let's say if I was able to sell, let's say for example, In Europe, I was able to sell, I had 967 orders and I have 110 quantities as warehouse stock in Europe. So probably I would say that I don't need to increase my quantities to deliver that much to Europe, right? I was delivering 1000 units, so I can go ahead with 1000 units because I already have 110 in my warehouse stock, right? But these quantities with zero warehouse stock, this is a problem, right? This means I had 634 orders, I was able to sell 625. That means I need to increase the supply to this. So this is how you do your historical analysis data, and you come up with some figures, right? Now, once you come up with those figures, then you match them with your production capacity, because you have to match them whether your production is capable to manufacture, your production capacity is able to manufacture this matrix of goods that you want to deliver to the market. Because if you are not, if the matrix is not satisfied, this will come up with a star marks, and the simulation will automatically reduce your quantities to the best in weighted average, so that let's say all of them in a in the justified way, in the weighted average ways, so that it matches your production capacity, right? I will not spend time on historical data analysis. That is something that each team, that's your business acumen on how much you figure it out. But I will try and teach you on how to calculate your production capacity. Right.
Sir, one doubt.
Yeah.
There are two modes to push our product in the market. That is, one is advertisement, and other one is the margin which are giving to agents and intermediaries. So which will have more impact, sir?
No. We don't talk about which has more. Everything has impact. There is product quality as well. There is commission as well. Right?
Okay.
So we don't do this thing. Everything is important. You cannot choose.
Okay.
Right? So let's understand the production process of this company, right? Now, the first part of the production is raw materials. So the company, you buy raw materials. So you have three products, P1, P2, P3, right? Now, what is mentioned in the manual is that the raw material, which is the basic material, is same. The only thing is P1 needs 1 unit of basic material, P2 needs 2 units of basic material, P3 needs 3 units of basic material. It's like a soap. For example, let's say you can example a soap. Let's say in soap, I am adding 1 unit of fragrance in this. For P1, I am adding 2 drops of fragrance in this, and I'm adding 3 drops of fragrance in this. It's like this. So for now, you can assume that the raw materials, we have to ensure a proper buying plan of raw materials. So we have 3 decisions, which is materials to buy, through which we order raw materials, right? So that we can have, to start a production process. So the first part of your production is raw materials. Then once I procure my raw materials, they go to machining, where they are machined, and I get my semi-finished products, right, which are called semi-finished product. In manual, they are also referred as work in progress goods, or they are also referred as components in manual, right? All these 3 things, they mean the same thing. They means they are the semi-finished product after the machining process, right? Once I have them, they go to assembly, where they are assembled, and finally I have finished product. It's like a lot of cars, automobile companies, they send their different parts to India, and they are assembled in India to avoid the import duty. They are assembled in India, and then we have the final finished car in India, right? I will tell you what is this components that we see in between. I will tell you this. But are we able to understand this production cycle of a company?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say I want to deliver these many quantities to the market. So let's try and match the requirement of each production stage that we need to satisfy, and what are the decisions that we have to take for them. Right. So the first stage is raw materials, right? So for product 1, I need to manufacture a total quantities of 1400. For product 2, I need to manufacture a total quantities of 925, and product 3, I need to manufacture total quantities of 500. Right. For product 1, I need 1 unit of raw material. For product 2, I need 2 units. For product 3, I need 3 units. So if I multiply 1400 by 1, 925 by 2, 500 by 3, which I get this, and I sum them up, I get my total raw material quantity that I required is 4750. Correct? Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now this is the raw material that I need to order. Right. Now, how do I order it? I have a decision which is materials to buy on spot. So that means if I order 5 here, that means it's in 1000. So either I can order 4000 or either I can order 5000. So I need 4750. So that means I will order on spot 5005 or 5, which becomes 5000. So that means I will order 5000 because I need 4750 and 250 will form a part of my closing stock. Right. Now, what will attract you is that we have an option to buy on 3 month and 6 month as well. So what is this? Let's say if I buy on spot, let's say I am ordering goods for quarter 2, right? If I buy on spot, they will arrive to me in the same time in quarter 2. But let's say if in quarter 2 I order my goods on 3 month, right? Then what this means is I am ordering my good in quarter 2, but they will arrive to me in quarter 3. That means I am giving the raw material vendor a 30 days period to deliver my good. In return, what he's giving me is offering me a discount in my inventory. Because the cost of procuring goods on spot is $71,000 per 1,000 unit, whereas on 3 month is 67,000. So if I procure on long-term basis, my cost of raw material will become cheaper. And similarly, we have a decision of 6 month. Basically, this means I am ordering in Q2, but the vendor will give me these orders give me these raw materials in Q4. That means I will be able to use these raw materials in Q4. So ensure when you are ordering these quantities, you do a long-term planning as well. Because
Sir,
this
but
will,
this will be impact on our Q1 quarter only, na? The payable amount.
Yeah, okay. So the income, the expense of this will incur, I will incur in this current statement only, but it will be a discounted expense. But then I will not
But
explain.
this quarter profit margins will be less for that.
Correct. It will be less.
Okay.
But then the advantage of that is that in the next quarters, the profit anyways, in one of the quarters, so please don't annotate like this. But anyways, in one of the quarter, I will get the profit margin, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The payment will be on delivery or means when we order.
Don't worry about payment right now. Don't worry on payment. Everything is, I'm not discussing on cash flow right now. But for your income statement, yes, it will be booked. If you study the manual, you will get your answer over there, sir. Right. Okay. So these are the quantities that we order. So make sure you do a long-term planning of your materials to buy as well, because that will be cheaper for your company and you will be able to further reduce your cost of production and make your company more profitable, right?
Sir, in 3 month period, we are giving the order today and they will deliver the material after 3 months. Is it like that, or we are
Not today and 3 months. We are ordering in Q2. They will deliver to us in Q3 and we will be able to use that in a production in Q3.
okay in 3 month period? Okay.
Right.
So raw material cost will not change?
No, it will change every quarter, sir. You will get that cost in your group information.
So if I'm planning for long term, so we have to think about the raw material cost also.
Yes. Okay.
But when to pay, sir, that the whatever I have taken in for the next quarter, when to pay?
It will be accounted in this income statement in quarter 2 only.
Okay.
Sir, if we are in quarter four, then also we can go for 3 months and 6 months planning, or we will not go for this.
You can go, sir, right? The next it will come in 17 Q1 and Q2 respectively.
So for first time buying, we have to go for both, no, spot pricing as well as the
So
other.
first time you have to go for spot because previously we have not given you any. You can reduce the closing stock that we have given you, which is like.
Sir, this amount,
Sir,
whatever I am paying.
Sir, 1 second. Let me complete one down. So we have given you a closing stock of 1720. So then you can reduce this and rest of remaining you have to buy on spot.
Okay.
Sir, amount which I am paying or whatever I am booking the order for raw material in advance, it will directly deduction from my profit, or it will be adding somewhere in my assets, or say raw material or inventory or somewhere, so that it will be balanced.
In your profit statement, it will be directly deducted from your revenue in that particular quarter because you have made an order. That's why the vendor is giving you a discount, right? You are paying him now so that and giving him a longer time to deliver the goods.
Yeah, means sir, advance payment like thing, na, account receivable or some inventory.
I'm not, sir, let's not, I'm not going into cash flow right now. Okay. Then you have one more decision. So one is, let's say, okay, now let's consider a scenario. We needed 4,750. Let's say I only ordered 4,000. What would happen in this case? Let's say if you do this mistake, the 750, the simulation will buy on default, but the default will be 1.1 times the cost of spot pricing. Right? So your raw materials will never impact your production capacity. Right? Remember, keep this in mind. So make sure if you do this calculation properly, otherwise you will have for the default quantities, you will pay a 1.1 times percent or a 10% additional cost of the pricing on that additional quantities that company buys on spot, which you have not ordered on, buys on default that you have not ordered on spot. Right. Now, another option is of the premium materials. For now, I will advise for round one, everyone to go ahead with 00 premium materials. Don't worry about this premium materials. I have given some calculation over here on how this premium materials works. So it's like basically, let's say if I decide that I want to have 5%, 10% and 20% premium material in product one, product two, product three. That means the basic material content will be 95, 90% and 80%. So that means if I have total raw materials of 1400, 1850 and 1500, I've just copied this figure over here. The basic materials, raw materials I would need is 95% of this, 90% of this and 80% of this, which would come as 4195. And the difference I would need as a premium materials, right? Now, in this case, you don't need to worry about premium materials. Premium materials, you don't need to order. They would be automatically ordered by the company itself. When you now buy on spot, you have to buy only considering 4195 and not 4750. Company will only automatically buy 555 premium materials, use it. So for premium materials, you will have a zero closing stock. So is this part clear?
Yes, sir.
The premium material percentage also decided by the program itself, sir.
No, sir. You take a decision of how much percentage you want to put.
Excuse me, sir.
No, but as you're telling, we can take it as 000 presently. So if I take all premium materials as 0, is there any issue going
If
forward?
you take no, you can take it like 1%, 2%, whatever you want, 10%. See, if you take it very high, that will further increase your cost because the cost of premium material is 1.5 times the cost of your basic raw material.
Right, but what value is it adding?
It is
Premium material,
improving
is
your
it
product
mandatory?
quality. It is improving your product quality, which will help you get more orders, but at an expense of cost.
Okay. So how it is affecting the orders? Is there any relation shown here, sir?
Okay, let's
How much if I take this and how much that will improve revenue?
see. That's the whole point, sir. That's the whole point, sir. in real life also, let's say an iPhone, every time iPhone is launching its a new feature or coming up with new product, there is no data that this feature will give me this many orders, right?
But last 5 quarters, that premium material program is also shown there in the
But
last 5 quarters.
no. In last 5 quarters, we have given you with a zero premium material content. But what it will
Oh.
give you is what you can assume is that a slight increase in premium material. See, if you increase too much, then the cost will increase significantly, which I have shown over here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you can increase little bit to you can strategize
Okay.
it to label your. So let's say when a customer is going to a store to an agent to buy a product, so he sees a company X product with 0% premium material, he sees yours with 1% at the same price. So basically,
Yes.
whatever, see, the product is price sensitive as well, right? So a customer will
Yes,
not
sir.
buy a premium material and pay a higher price. That is very difficult to
Yes.
get.
Yes.
So you can do a calculation that in the current prices, how much premium material I can afford. If you can afford 10%, great, do 10%.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Vikas sir, you've raised your hand, sir. Go ahead, sir.
सर अगर मेरे को प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करना है दैट मींस आई हैव टू पुट द मोर परसेंटेज इन द प्रीमियम परसेंटेज ओके देन
Correct.
ऑटोमेटिकली द बेसिक मटेरियल विल रिड्यूस
That is one way to improve product quality. Yes, sir. Correct.
okay so that means if I am putting the 10% premium material then I have to fill the 90% basic material in the data okay?
Correct.
and the premium material will be automatically picked by the
Premium
automatically
material, the simulation will automatically buy.
okay so I have to calculate the raw material according to the percentage filled in the basic material.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct.
See how it is affecting your sales. That is what is the correlation between your sales and percentage premiumness.
Okay.
So
One is, sir. Tell me something. Let's say Apple will launch a new product. Like I told to sir, there is no correlation that we are defining for you because you in real life also no company can have that correlation. What I told sir is, let's say I am selling my product at 325 euros, and let's say after few rounds you are able to calculate in this I am making a profit of 45 euros. Now, if you say that with 325 euros, if somehow let's say in this 45 euros, you have to whatever premium material you are adding, you are paying it from your profit, right?
right, but that is in anticipation of with some sales, na?
Of course. So once you do
To
that,
compute that.
yeah, once you do that, you will get a result. Now, once you get that result, then you will be able to see how much my revenue has increased by that. See, you have to try this and then feel it.
Okay, this is empirical based then.
Correct.
Okay.
So there won't be any.
Yeah,
There won't
go
be
ahead,
any
sir.
leftover inventory of premium
Sir, one
materials in the
second,
next
sir.
quarter. Like,
Sir, 1 second, sir. The first, sir. Yeah, Rajendra ji, I think it was. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Sir, suppose there are two companies, and suppose my
Hello.
I'll anticipate, okay, this will fetch me more orders. So, but the other company, it has used 0% of the premium materials. So, who is gonna decide that market, that which of the two company will get more
Simulation.
orders?
The simulation will decide it.
Acha, you have a simulation model, it will decide.
The algorithm, we will run the simulation, right?
Suppose rest of the things being same,
Yeah. The
and when it comes
simulation
down to only the premium.
Yeah. So the other company will have an advantage if all the other things are same.
All things being same, the other company is getting 45 euros profit, and because of the premium material, my profit is suppose 40.
Yeah,
So
but then you will get more
automatically
orders.
that company will be better.
No, but
They
then
are
you will get
getting more
more orders,
profit.
right, ma'am? You will get, so 40 into
But
100.
I don't know. Your simulation model will see how it is going to decide now who will
Yeah,
get more
but
orders.
then
So
let's
it
say
will.
if you,
So
let's say,
I'll
okay,
get more orders.
let's say if even this is not irrespective to any simulation, this is in real life as well. Let's say, okay, Right. If let's say everything else is constant, only if all the decisions are same and only the premium material content is different, then you would have a scenario where one company is making with premium material, it is making 40 euros and the other company is making 45 euros, but it is selling 90 goods and this one is selling 100 goods. So my revenue in this case would be something, you will get something like this situation. Did you got it, ma'am?
Yes.
Or
Okay.
like,
Okay.
let's say this is.
No, so your simulation model will decide कि I'll get more orders because it will see, okay, this has a
Yeah, the
premium material
simulation
in it.
says, yeah, because see, with more better premium quality of product, the customer will be attracted to that more product, right? See, even if you are a customer and you go to a market, you have two products, one with 10% premium material and the other with 0%.
सर ये मॉडल में कुछ तो वेटेज तो मिल दिया होगा ना सर, मतलब
But
कि
we will not tell you the weightage. Understand it?
अंडरस्टूड सर.
Got it, ma'am?
Okay, yes, sir.
Any more doubt on raw materials?
Like there won't be any inventory for the next quarter in case of premium materials. Am I right or what?
Correct. It will be have a zero stock of premium materials.
Sir, just one doubt. In case of shortfall of procurement of raw material on the spot, basically, as mentioned, it will be at the
It
premium
will
of
be
1.
bought on default at 1.1 times.
Yeah, but just one thing I would like to know, it will procure the exact shortfall or in the multiples of 1,000?
Exact shortfall.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we have done raw materials. So one is raw materials will never limit our production capacity, right? That is for sure. Now let's move to the next part, which is the machining, right? This one is a lengthy. Do you guys want to take a 5 minutes break?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Let's have a 5 minutes break and then I'll start with the machining.
Just 1 minute in there regarding raw materials. We are doing spot 3 months, 6 months. Is there any forecasting for inflation so that raw material prices will be very
No, that's the risk that you have to take.
okay? There is no such any in group information. There is no such any information.
No.
Okay.
Sir, are we going to pay the prices for the 3 months and 6 months in this present quarter, sir?
Correct. You will, sir.
Sir, 100% or some 50% or 30%?
Again, sir, I am not going to, but in the income statement, it will get booked as 100%.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go on cash flow right now, but in income statement, it will go to 100%.
Okay, sir.
Sir, suppose I have taken some quantity as premium in this current quarter, and in the next quarter, suppose I reduce it to 0, 0, 0, 0. Then what will happen? Means
Nothing. The production will take place with all the new materials will be formed with 0% premium material.
with 0% and nothing else.
Yeah. Okay. So it is 6:23. Let's start back at 6:28. Okay. So let's continue the session. I hope everybody is joined and I am audible.
Yes,
Yes, sir, you are
it's
audible.
audible.
You are
Okay.
audible.
So let's go to the next process of the production, which is machining.
Just
Right.
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Just I have unsold stock with some premium material in my warehouse, and this quarter,
Okay,
closed
sir, let's not take that discussion. After this session, if you want, you can connect to me on that doubt. I know the doubt that you're asking.
Okay.
You can connect me with me over call and I will answer that.
Okay.
Because let's try and complete the basics that we want to do first. Okay. Now let's go to machining, which is the next part. So in machining, remember there are two parties involved. One is machines and the other is labor, which we call as machinist, right? So we need to have both of them to ensure that our machining capacity is there to maintain for our required production capacity, right? Now, for that, one is we have to see is okay. Let me see it this way. Okay. So how do we calculate that? One is we have this table 7 that tells me how much at each shift level, how much hours each machine can work. I will explain everything. We have another table on how much hours we can work in a particular quarter from Monday to Friday, then on Saturday, which becomes an overtime, and then on Sunday, which also becomes an overtime. Right? How does that happen? And also then we have to calculate how much machine time is actually required. Right? So, okay. Okay. So I want to deliver these many quantities to market, right? So for product one, I have 1000, 1400 is my quantities that I want to deliver, right? And similarly, I have for product two. Now, what is given in manual is that the machine time for each product is 60 minutes minimum is 60 minutes for product one, 75 minutes for product two, and 120 minutes for product three, right? So I have 60, 75, 120. I divide it by 60, I get it in 2 hours. And then I have to adjust it with the reported machine efficiency, which is 95.1%, which is the last efficiency that was reported in the last quarter. So if this is my efficiency, then my machine time of 1 hour would increase to 1.05, 1.25 would increase to 1.31, and 2 would increase to 2.10. So then I multiply this machine time of each product with each quantities that I have, and which I have recorded over here, which is the total time. And if I sum them up, I need a total machine time of 3740 hours. Is this part clear?
Yes.
Okay. So keep that in back of your mind that we have calculated how much machine time we need for our production. Now, how do we calculate the machine time we have available? So in this particular case, we gave you 4 machines to start with, right? And then you have a decision which is shift level, right? So I have given you 4 machines. Now we have something which is called as shift 1, shift 2, shift 3. Now how does this work? Let's say you will get this Excel sheet, sir. You don't need to ask again and again. So there are 24 hours a day, right? And each shift is of 7 hours. That means you can have maximum of 3 shifts in a day, right? So that means if I work in one day, if I work my machines only for 7 hours, that is shift 1. Let's say in case of shift 2, what I am doing, I am working 7 hours in one shift, and then I am again working 7 hours in another shift. In case of shift 3, I am working 7 hours, then I am again working 7 hours, and I am again working 7 hours. Is the difference between shift clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is given is that if I work on shift 1, my each machine can give me a maximum of 576 hours. If I work on shift 2, my each machine can give me 1068 hours. If I work on shift 3, my each machine can give me 1602 hours. In case of, so I've just copied those figures over here. I have 4 machines. That means my total machine capacity in shift 1 with 4 machines becomes 2304, shift 2 becomes 4272, and shift 3 becomes 6408. How does this 576 comes from? So it comes from this table. So what it is mentioned, it is I can my on Monday to Friday I can work a maximum of 420 hours. How does this 420 comes from? See, you have 12 weeks in a quarter. In one shift I can work a maximum of 7 hours, and then from Monday to Friday I have 5 days. So if I multiply these quantities, I get 420. Is it correct? Right. Similarly, they're saying I can work a maximum of 84 hours on Saturday. So 84 hours on Saturday, that means 12 weeks, 1 day. 7 hours and 1 day, that comes as 84. I can work a maximum of 72 hours of Sunday, because on Sunday we cannot do an overtime of more than 6 hours. That's how I've got 72 hours. So 420, 84, 72, I sum them up, I get 576. But in shift 2 and shift 3, there is a catch on Saturday. So this is an anomaly that we have created. In shift 2 and 3, we can only do a maximum of 42 hours on Saturday. Right. So that becomes 420, 42, 72. I'd get 534. 534 multiplied by 2, because we'll have 2 shifts of 7 hours. 2 shifts, right? That comes as 1068, which is the value over here. Similarly, for shift 3, 534 into 3, which comes as 1602. Here it is same as 1602. So is this table clear? Is this part clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one again, please. For the shift 2 and 3, why you have multiplied it with 2? Like
Okay.
from 534, it get down
So
1068.
if I work 12 weeks into 7 hours a day for, let's say, 5 days, I get 420, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Right. But in case of this shift, in case of shift 2, I will work 7 hours in morning shift and 7 hours in evening shift. Right?
Why not? No.
मैम ऐसे आप समझिए, ये एक दिन में आप ये समझिए, अगर शिफ्ट 1 में मैं एक शिफ्ट
नहीं,
में
वो
7
420 कैसे आया वो मुझे पता चल गया. 12 वीक्स है एक क्वार्टर में. 7 ये है
आवर्स की एक
आवर्स.
शिफ्ट, और 5 दिन हो गए मंडे टू फ्राइडे तक.
यस. तो एक शिफ्ट का हो गया 420.
अब मैं अगर
सेकंड शिफ्ट का 1068 कैसे हुआ?
1068 ऐसे हुआ मैम, 420 तो उसका हो गया मंडे टू फ्राइडे का, 42 का सैटरडे और संडे का 72 आवर्स स्टेबल के हिसाब से, 534 आवर्स हो गए.
534 हुआ.
अब 2 शिफ्ट चली हैं, एक शिफ्ट 534 की, एक 534 की, एक, तभी तो 2 शिफ्ट होंगी.
अच्छा, मतलब प्रोडक्ट 2 को 2 शिफ्ट लगती हैं, ऐसा है?
नहीं नहीं, प्रोडक्ट 2 नहीं है मैम ये. नहीं नहीं मैम, ऐसे समझिए.
मैं जो समझ रही हूँ, जैसे शिफ्ट 1 इज
नहीं नहीं मैम,
मॉर्निंग
तो
शिफ्ट,
आप
शिफ्ट 2
छोड़िए.
इज
आपकी एक फैक्ट्री है, आपकी एक फैक्ट्री है. आप फैक्ट्री को आप या तो 7 घंटे एक दिन में चला सकते हो, 14 घंटे एक दिन में चला सकते हो, या 21 घंटे एक दिन में चला सकते हो, अगर 7-7 घंटे की एक शिफ्ट होती है.
ओके.
राइट. तो इसमें एक शिफ्ट लगेगी लेबर्स की, इसमें 2 शिफ्ट लगेंगी लेबर्स की,
यस.
इसमें 3 शिफ्ट लगेंगी लेबर की.
अच्छा, इसी को शिफ्ट 1 शिफ्ट 2 शिफ्ट 3 बोला है, राइट?
करेक्ट.
यस यस, ओके, आई गॉट इट.
तो इसलिए मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2 होगा ना मैम.
यस यस, श्योर.
सर, एक डाउट है.
हाँ.
शिफ्ट 1 में जो है आपने जो 576 लिया है, यहाँ 534 लिया है, तो व्हाई वी आर नॉट एडिंग शिफ्ट 1 प्लस शिफ्ट 2? क्योंकि शिफ्ट 2 में जो है वहां सिर्फ
या हमने
ये एनोमली आ रही है
क्रिएट करी
42
है,
आवर्स की.
अनोमली क्रिएट करी है सर आपके लिए.
नहीं सब एनोमली तो क्रिएट हुई शिफ्ट 2 के लिए, लेकिन फॉर शिफ्ट 1 इट इज स्टिल 576 और नो इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट, क्योंकि हमने मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2 किया, इट मींस दैट फॉर द
Okay.
शिफ्ट 1 आल्सो देयर इज अ
नहीं
530।
नहीं, शिफ्ट 2 में दोनों शिफ्ट 534 प्लस 534 होगा, 576 प्लस 534 नहीं होगा।
सर वो रो वाइज देखिए सर, टेबल 16 में रो वाइज देखने से यू विल गेट क्लैरिटी सर। रो वाइज देखिए, सिंगल शिफ्ट में वो कंडीशन है, डबल शिफ्ट में वो ये कंडीशन वो है।
ठीक है, ओके ओके।
सर इसमें और एक क्वेश्चन था, ये सैटरडे और संडे का जो वर्किंग है, ये अगर मंडे टू फ्राइडे इनसफिशिएंट रहा तो ही ऑटोमेटिकली इम्प्लीमेंट होगा ना?
करेक्ट। पहले अभी मैं आ रहा हूं उस पे, वो क्वेश्चन पे हम आ रहे हैं, बट ये क्लियर हो गया सर ऊपर का? इज दिस क्लियर?
सैटरडे संडे एक बार और एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे क्या?
कौन सा, विच पार्ट सर?
तो सैटरडे संडे जो है शिफ्ट 1 में 84 एंड शिफ्ट 2 में 42 क्यों आया वो?
सर 12 वीक्स 7 आवर्स अ डे, एक सैटरडे हर पड़ेगा हर हफ्ते में, तो मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 12 इंटू 7 इंटू 1 आई गेट 84। बट
Correct,
व्हाट वी
sir.
हैव क्रिएटेड इज कि शिफ्ट 2 और 3 में 12, उसको हमने 7 की जगह 3.5 आवर्स को लिमिट करा है।
ओके, अगर 2 शिफ्ट करते हैं हम लोग
तो
तो
सैटरडे को
सैटरडे
सर
में सिर्फ 3.5 आवर्स ही काम होगा, ये बाय डिफॉल्ट
पर शिफ्ट
हमने क्रिएट करी है सर।
ओके, एंड संडे को और कम होगा, लेकिन 2 शिफ्ट
संडे
करते
को
हैं तो
6 है
संडे को
सर, 6 आवर्स है।
ओके, राइट।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर।
जी सर।
सर ये फोर्ड जो आपने शिफ्ट 1 सिंगल या डबल जो वॉट एवर आवर्स पर वर्कर एट बेसिक रेट 420, तो जो वो यू हैव कैलकुलेटेड 420 बेस्ड ऑन द 12 वीक्स 7 डेज एंड
7
5
आवर्स,
आवर्स।
7 आवर्स 5 डेज।
अच्छा 7 आवर्स 5 डेज, ओके 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 सर, ओके नो नो आई
ओके,
डिडंट।
तो हमने कैपेसिटी अपनी कैलकुलेट कर ली मशीनिंग। अब मुझे टोटल उस क्वांटिटी, इन क्वांटिटीज टू डिलीवर दीज क्वांटिटीज आई नीड 3740 आवर्स। दैट मीन्स इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल इन शिफ्ट 1। Either I have to go on shift 2 or I have to go in shift 3. This is what this decision is. So you have to choose the right shift. If over here I had chosen shift 1, then all of these quantities will come up with a star mark, because if I go with shift 1, the machining will only happen for goods that can be produced within 2304 hours. Right? Is this part clear? Right.
Clear.
Now, when I choose, let's say if I had chosen shift 2 in this case, how the work is allocated. So that means on Monday to Friday in shift 2, I can work a maximum of 840, 420 into 2. Multiplied by 4 machines, I get 3360. I need 3740. How much is left? 379.48. That means this 379.48 I have to complete on Saturday and Sunday. So on Saturday, one machine I can get with one machine, I can get a 42 into 2 as 84 hours, because this is shift 2. Multiplied by 4 machines, I get 336. I need 379.8 for it. I can only get 336. I am still left with 43. This will go on Sunday now. 43.
Sunday. Okay.
This calculation is very important. I will tell you why. But because why this is important is because on Saturdays and Sundays, the number of hours we work, we have to pay the salary as basic plus 50% on Saturday and basic plus 100% on Sunday. That's why this calculation is important for your salary, which I will not do. I will do in briefing session 2. But for now, is this part clear?
सर वन क्वेश्चन सर, ये जो सैटरडे संडे है, इसमें जैसे कि हमें सिर्फ 40 आवर्स या 20 आवर्स की जरूरत है, तो ये सिर्फ एक ही सैटरडे या एक ही संडे काम करेंगे, सब्सिक्वेंट वीक्स में
You don't
वो
need to
ऑटोमेटिकली
see Saturday तो सारे काम होंगे सर, सारे वीक्स के।
let us suppose my this balance quantity is very less, kind of only
And for
10
Sunday
15.
60, sir.
Sir, what he is asking is, let's say our time requirement is just by 20 hours. Let's say the 379 figure, it is coming around 20. The 379 figure, sir, on the right side,
okay,
it is coming around 20. Then what happens? Only once, only 1 or 2 Saturday will be working.
Yeah. That simulator will
Yes, that's it.
automatically do.
Okay. So it's not like that. It is
See, because you are
once.
paying wages on number of hours, you're not paying on days. So you don't need to worry about that. Got it, sir?
लव जी, एक सवाल है।
जी सर।
अगर ऐसा है कि हमको 2 शिफ्ट में जाना पड़ रहा है और दूसरे शिफ्ट में जाना पड़ा, उसमें हमारा थोड़ा सा खाली रह जा रहा है, तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि पहले शिफ्ट में हम सैटरडे और संडे छोड़ दें, हम वो यूटिलाइज ना करें और दूसरे शिफ्ट का हम पूरा मंडे टू फ्राइडे
नहीं,
यूटिलाइज कर पाए?
it has to be uniformly distributed between both the shifts.
ओके, मतलब यूनिफॉर्मली, मतलब अगर हम सिर्फ सैटरडे इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं शिफ्ट 1 का, तो
मान
शिफ्ट 2 का भी
लीजिए
सैटरडे इस्तेमाल कर
ये
सकते हैं।
336 हुए ना, तो दोनों में आधा आधा हुआ है ना, दोनों शिफ्ट्स में, शिफ्ट 2 की।
अच्छा, नहीं मेरा
43 है, 43, ये इट इज नॉट गोना हैपन दैट 43 विल हैपन।
ये इस केस का नहीं मैं बात कर रही, जनरल केस का बात कर रहे हैं। अगर हमारे पास ऐसा हो कि हमको दूसरी शिफ्ट में जाना ही पड़ रहा है, तो हम ऐसा कर लें कि शिफ्ट 1 में सिर्फ मंडे टू फ्राइडे चलाएं और शिफ्ट 2 में सिर्फ मंडे टू फ्राइडे चलाएं, और उसमें मेरा मीट हो जा रहा है, तो हम सैटरडे ऐसा, तो ये ऑटो में हो जाएगा ना, हमको सैटरडे संडे।
लेट्स से इफ दिस कम्स एज 3, लेट्स से दिस कम्स एज 3239, लेट्स से, तो फिर वो वहां क्यों जाएगा सैटरडे में?
नहीं तो ये पहले, लेकिन फर्स्ट शिफ्ट में वो क्या, जो पहली शिफ्ट में है उसमें क्या कहते हैं, उसमें मंडे सैटरडे नहीं जा रहा है ना, वो कुछ भी नहीं जा रहा ना।
नहीं जाएगा सर, दोनों शिफ्ट्स में बराबर काम होगा।
अच्छा ठीक, ओके, थैंक यू।
ओके, नाउ
सर एक चीज रिपीट कर देंगे, सॉरी, एक चीज बस रिपीट कर दीजिए। ये वर्किंग आवर्स 840 जैसे कोई किसी एक को एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए, ये ऊपर टेबल से लिया है
मैम। 420 एक शिफ्ट में घंटे, 420 का एक शिफ्ट का हुआ, तो 420 इंटू 2 840 हो गया। 40 इंटू शिफ्ट 2 है ना, मैंने बताया था ना, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2
अच्छा, ये उस शिफ्ट 2 का एग्जांपल लिया है आपने?
करेक्ट।
144, ओके
ओके। नाउ मशीन्स तो वी हैव सॉर्टेड इट आउट नाउ, बट वी हैव टू आल्सो
सर
चेक।
सर ये शिफ्ट सैटरडे संडे, ये शिफ्ट 2 और सैटरडे संडे तीनों हमारे इनपुट्स होता है क्या? शिफ्ट में
सैटरडे
काम
संडे
कराना,
इज नॉट योर इनपुट, शिफ्ट इज योर इनपुट।
शिफ्ट 1 and shift 2 is our input.
Shift 3 also.
Shift 3 also. And shift 2 जाने के बाद Saturday Sunday नहीं जाना है, that can we restrict?
That is नहीं, that is as per your production ये delivery
requirements.
Requirement.
Okay. Right. ठीक है. Okay.
Sir, what is more beneficial if working on single shift with Saturday and Sunday, or working on 2 shift for same input hours?
Briefing session 2, sir. I will not see. I will only differ because that's a very calculative decision that we have to take. उसका ब्यूटीफुल डिस्कशन मेरा है सर नेक्स्ट ब्रीफिंग सेशन, आपका बहुत बढ़िया प्रेजेंटेशन है उसकी।
Sir, but price that labor charges are same in both shift 1 and shift 2, na? Only it is on Saturday Sunday it is more.
Yeah.
If it is going to Saturday Sunday only, it is increasing. But
correct,
otherwise,
correct.
Shift is not increasing because
correct.
of shift.
Correct.
Okay.
Now let's go to this machinist and shift problem. Now let's say you have this factory, right? And you have shift 1, you have shift 2, and over here I have shift 3, right? So over here I will work for 7 hours, right? My machine will work for 7 hours. Over here my machine will work of 2 shifts of 7 hours. Sorry. Please, so that okay. So over here my machine is work. For 2 shifts of 7 hours, and over here my machine is working for 3 shifts of 7 hours, right? So now for each machines I need 4 sets of machinist, that is defined in the manual. So that means if I work on shift 1 I will need 4 machinists. If I work on shift 2 I will need 4 machinists here, 4 machinists here, total I would need 8 machinists. If I work on shift 3, I will need 4 machinists in this shift, 4 machinists in this shift, 4 machinists in this shift. Total, I would need 12 shifts. Is this calculation clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So if this is clear, so if we have 4 machines, that means for shift 1, I need 16 machinist workers. For shift 2, I need 32 machinist workers. And for shift 3, I need 48 machinist workers. Correct?
Yes.
4 into 4 is 16. 4 into 4 into 2 is 32. 4 into 4 into 3 is 48. Right? That's it.
But sir,
Now,
what kind of calculation is this? We are working in 7 hours for one shift. The same machines will be used for another shift also, no?
I'm machinist.
Person labor.
Persons.
जो machine को
Okay.
चलाएंगे, the people that will
Okay.
Supervisor, supervisor.
Yes. Okay. I thought it is machines. Okay, got it.
Okay. So now the problem is, now this recruitment is very easy, but firing is very easy. So what I have tried to explain is, let's say right now we gave you your report in shift level 2, right? Now let's say in your next decision for 16 quarter 2, you want to increase it to you want to go from shift level 2 to shift level 3. That means you need to add 16 machinists, right? So you don't need to worry about that. Whenever you change your shift, and let's say in this case, if you go from shift 2 to shift 3, 16 machinists will be automatically recruited by the simulation, and you will just pay a cost of 1,000 euros, which will be a cost of recruitment will be 16,000 euros. So the recruitment will be automatic in this case. You don't need to worry about the recruitment of machinist in any way. They will be automatically recruited. On the other case, let's say you decide to go from shift level 2 to shift level 1. Let's say you have 32 machinists now, and you decide to go shift 1. So that means that you need to dismiss 16 machinists, because you only need 16 machinists in this case, right? Firstly, there will be a cost of dismissal, which will be 2,000 euros. And also what is mentioned is that you will not be able to fire all the machinists at one time. Right. So let's say if you want to fire 16 in quarter 1, only 8 will be fired. The 8 will remain in quarter 2. Again, then only 4 will fire. The 4 will then remain in quarter 3. Again, 2 will fire. Again, 2 will remain in quarter 4. 1 will fire. So only 50% of the extra machinist will be fired in 1 quarter at the end of if you change the shift. So is this dismissal? So that means if you go to shift 3, then reducing it to shift 2 or from shift 2 to shift 1 is a very cost intensive.
So why it is minus 32,000? It will be plus 32,000.
Yeah, like it's an expense. That's why, because it's minus over here. That's why it has come minus. Is this problem clear?
Yes, sir. But in the table, what is that 5,000 for dismissal?
So that's for assembly workers. We'll come to that.
So this machinist dismissal is as per this table, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever you explained, sir, just 16, 8, 8, 4, 4, 2.
Sir, in this case, I wanted to fire 16 machinists.
Yes, correct.
So I cannot fire 16 machinists straight away in 1 quarter. Half will go in one, then the half of the half will go in the next, then half of the half of the half will go in the next, and so on and so on.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Means, sir, for the worker who is still, sir.
Yeah,
One minute,
go ahead, sir. One at a time. Go ahead, sir.
What I was asking, let us suppose I have taken the decision of hiring the machinist. The one who is staying till the quarter 5, we have to pay his wages for next 4 quarters. And
no, not 4, 5 quarters, sir.
5 quarters, and but he will be available for the works. But anyways, because of we have reduced the shift, will he be working throughout?
Yeah. So in this case, instead of 4 machinists, 5 or 6 machinists will be working on machines for your case.
But anyways, as machinists are recruited, and there is no use because there are only 4 machines. He will be idle throughout.
Yeah, that's what, sir. That's the cost of dismissal.
Okay, sir.
That's why, sir, we are being an harsh HR. You cannot fire anyone that easily. That's what you have to take care.
Yeah.
Sir, one doubt is there, sir.
Yeah.
But if they leave, that is left is not counted here, na
No,
dismissal.
left is different. Left is different.
And another thing is that this salary what you are paying, that will be as per the ratio, that 0.65, na minimum.
Yeah, correct, sir.
Correct.
Okay, Deepak, sir,
But
you have
while
raised.
they are living, and is there any cost involved in it? Suppose there are few machinists are leaving.
No, then there is no cost. They are leaving on their own. Let's say, ma'am, they want to leave your company.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Deepak,
why
sir.
they are leaving?
Ma'am, they might not be happy with the
So,
remuneration that they
go
are.
ahead.
Sir, 1 second. They might not be having the money that they are making from your company. Maybe other companies they will get more money if they switch to that company.
Okay.
So my question is that like we decide that we change our shift from 2 to 1 in next round, in next quarter we want to increase again. Then how will it impact?
So one is, let's say in quarter 1, went to shift 1, shift 2, from shift 2 to shift 1. So I fired 8 and then I have 8. Right. Now, if in quarter 2 I again increase it to shift 2, then this 8 will not be fired. They will continue to work and I will recruit 8 more to make it to 16, 32. Got it, sir?
Okay, sir.
So how
Okay.
is
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
the cost of recruitment should be 16 into 2000, no?
Ma'am, 1000.
Skilled assembly worker.
That is assembly. This is machinist. This is
Okay, unskilled machinist.
assembly will come here. We are over here right now.
Okay. So
Ma'am, there are 2 workers in this. One is machinist and the assembly is, and the other one is our assembly.
okay. So you have multiplied 16 by 1000, so it is 16,000 recruitment cost is coming. Okay.
सर हम जो
For
50%
idle,
फायर कर पा रहे हैं तो
Sir, ma'am, sir, one
इसका जो
second.
उस
Let ma'am,
क्वार्टर
sir,
में कॉस्ट ऑफ डिसिमल
sir,
होगा
1 second. Let ma'am complete the doubt first. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Sir, for idle machinists also we have to pay. Like let's say 4 machinists are enough for this quarter.
Yeah.
But we have 5. We have to pay.
Yeah. You have to pay the same wages that you have paid to the 4th to the 5th one as well. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
सर जैसे कॉस्ट जो डिसमिसल है वो 50% हो रहा है तो कॉस्ट ऑफ डिसमिसल उस क्वार्टर पे 8 into 2000 मतलब
Correct.
ओके सर ओके फाइन
so ये 50% तो आपने एग्जाम्पल लिया है ना dismissal.
No, this is defined condition in manual.
Okay, 50% layoff should be there, like.
Correct. Okay. Now the next part is subcontracting, right? Now you could be, there is another option that we have given you, which is a decision which is called as subcontracting. Now, what is this decision? Basically, we have given an option that you can bypass this whole raw materials and machining process, both of these, and directly order components from a third party, right? So basically, I can bypass this entire process of raw materials and machining. Don't do machining in my factory and just bypass it to a third party, do subcontracting and get the components and only do assembly in my factory. This is a provision that we have given you. Now, the pros and cons of this is, the pro is that this through subcontracting, your cost of production would be cheaper because manufacturing in factory is costlier than subcontracting because this is expensive compared to this because subcontracting is the vendor is a bigger manufacturer, has a bigger manufacturing capacity. So he's making products as per your specifications and giving you the components, right? The cons, but there are 2 cons. One is you have to, as per one table in the manual, you have to operate your machines for a minimum of 360 hours. Let's say I do 0 hours of machining. I would have to pay my machinist a minimum salary of 360 hours. So that implies that I have to at least do a machining of 360 hours in my factory. Otherwise, I will be only paying salaries without getting any product in through machining, right? One is that. The second con is that through subcontracting, I have a 1 quarter lag period. For example, let's say if I am taking decisions for 16 quarter 2, if I order 1000 components of 16 quarter 2 in 16 quarter, let's say of product 1, they will be available for assembly in me. I will be only able to deliver them in 16 quarter 3. Whereas through machining, if I can make in the same quarter. So make sure if I am ordering components in 16 quarter 2, they will form a part of my assembly or my production in 16 quarter 3. So is this part clear?
Sir, please explain once again.
Okay.
सर वो बनाएंगे हम Q2 में, लेकिन अवेलेबल होंगे Q3 में.
आपने ऑर्डर करोगे Q2 में,
हाँ,
वेंडर को गया थर्ड पार्टी को कि भाई मुझे इतने, आई वांट दीस मेनी कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ दिस में ईच प्रोडक्ट्स, यू डिलीवर टू मी, ही विल डिलीवर यू इन दिस क्वार्टर. तो आप उसको असेंबल करके मार्केट में Q3 में भेज पाओगे. वेरियस मशीनिंग के केस में सेम क्वार्टर में आप रॉ मटेरियल परचेज कर रहे हो, सेम क्वार्टर में मशीनिंग हो रही है और सेम क्वार्टर में असेंबली होकर मार्केट में जा रहा है.
प्रोडक्ट मिल जा रहा है सेम क्वार्टर में, इसमें मिलेगा प्रोडक्ट नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में.
नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में. तो ये लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग के लिए है.
अच्छा सर, तो हमको मतलब सपोज 3 प्रोडक्ट्स है, तो कुछ के लिए वी हैव टू गो फॉर सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग एंड कुछ के लिए फैक्ट्री लगाना है, दैट वी हैव टू डिसाइड.
मैम नहीं, द फैक्ट्री लगी हुई है. द प्रो एंड कॉन्स ऑफ सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग वर्सेस मशीनिंग इज, for now you can see one is you should try and do as much as subcontracting as possible in house because it is cheaper, right? And this is expensive. But then your question is, sir, if this is cheaper, why do we need to do machining? Why don't we do 100% subcontracting? Because you have to pay a salary of minimum 360 hours to your machinist workers, which is given in the manual. दैट मीन्स आपकी मशीन्स एटलीस्ट 360 आवर्स तो काम करनी ही चाहिए, तभी तो सैलरी का, भाई आप सैलरी काम के लिए, प्रोडक्ट बनाने के लिए दे रहे हैं ना. तो जब 360 की सैलरी दे ही रहे हैं तो 360 आवर्स मशीन्स को चला के प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं. एंड द रेस्ट वी डू थ्रू सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग. गॉट इट मैम?
ओके,
राइट.
So
360 hours per worker, sir. This is per quarter, per worker.
Yeah, per worker or per machine, per shift.
Per quarter.
Sir, let's say we, sorry.
Correct, sir, per quarter. Yes, ma'am.
Let's say we give in subcontracting in Q2 for 500 products. Then when we have to pay, like in the next quarter or in Q2?
Ma'am, it will be paid in this current quarter only, Q2 only.
But we'll get the production next quarter.
You will be able to use that. So how will this work is, let's say, okay, let me give an example. Let's say this is Q2 and this is Q3, right? Now here I want to say I want to do quantities to deliver QTY. Let's say I want to deliver 1000 quantities, right? अभी 16Q1 में सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग ओपनिंग स्टॉक उसमें 0 था, right? I had not done any subcontracting in 16Q1. Let's say subcontracting order. Let's say I ordered 500 quantities through subcontracting in this. So in this quarter, the machining that I will do for 1000 products, right? Because I had a 0 opening. Now let's say in Q3, I want to deliver 1200 goods. I have a subcontracting opening of now these 500, which I purchased in Q2. Let's say I again do an order of 700 in subcontracting. Let's say 600 in subcontracting. Over here, I will have to do a machining of only 1200 minus 500, which will come as 700. Whereas for assembly, I will do an assembly of 1000 over here and an assembly of 1200 over here. Did you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
सर ये कंपोनेंट्स और प्रोडक्ट से मतलब कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, मतलब एज पर क्वांटिटी देखा जाए तो?
हाँ, कोई वो रॉ मटेरियल वाला कंसेप्ट इसमें वैलिड नहीं है सर.
ओके सर.
Okay.
Sir, it means when we are entering one in subcontracting, it means one product is one component is for product 1, one component for product 2, and one component for product 3, right?
Correct.
हम जो सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर से मटेरियल ले रहे हैं दैट इज फिनिश्ड मतलब मशीन्ड प्रोडक्ट ना which
Not
doesn't
finished.
further require machining, right?
या फिर बस असेंबली करनी है उसकी हमें फैक्ट्री में.
Okay.
तो सर कंक्लूसिवली ये कह सकते हैं क्या कि जब लोअर अमाउंट जब हमारे पास रिक्वायरमेंट कम है प्रोडक्ट्स की तो सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग इज बेनिफिशियल एंड जब प्रोडक्ट्स की क्वांटिटी की ज्यादा होती है देन सेल्फ प्रोडक्शन इज बेटर.
No. 360 hours of machines
is must
because उतनी की तो आप wages दे रहे हो plus we should try and get to subcontracting.
Okay. Balance.
But it looks easy, but the whole competition is you will struggle to maintain this balance because it is not going to be that easy. The running operations, when it looks easy, it is a very complicated process.
Okay.
सर
Right. Go ahead, sir.
सर ये जब सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग में दे रहे हैं तो हमें रॉ मटेरियल में ऑर्डर करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? फिर
आपको जैसे इस केस में 500 आप पे सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग है तो आपको सिर्फ 700 की मशीनिंग करनी है तो 700 के लिए रॉ मटेरियल्स ऑर्डर करना है.
Okay.
सर जैसे 350 आवर्स पर मशीनिस्ट, नंबर ऑफ मशीनिस्ट भी मैंडेटरी है क्या? इतना होना है?
नहीं, वो शिफ्ट से डिपेंड करेगा, आपके शिफ्ट और मशीन से.
हाँ, जो 4 पर शिफ्ट वाला.
क्वालिटी ऑफ द मटेरियल.
सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग का क्या कॉस्ट है सर?
सर वो ग्रुप इंफॉर्मेशन में आपको यहाँ पे आता है.
दिस इज थ्रू सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग है.
करेक्ट. कंपोनेंट कॉस्ट
इंक्लूडिंग रॉ मटेरियल प्राइस.
या okay, let's try and move to the next one because we have to also complete the session. The last process in the production is assembly. So now I have components either through subcontracting or machining. Yes sir, go ahead. Yes sir, go ahead.
मशीनिंग मिनिमम मशीनिंग आवर्स
360 hours. 360 hours
360 आवर्स पर मशीन है सर.
Correct. Okay, so irrespectively we have components. Now in this case I have 21 assembly workers to work for me in the next quarter, right? So if I have 21 workers, now unlike machinist, shift assembly workers only work on shift 1.
Okay.
Right. So that means each machinist, each assembly worker can work for a maximum of 576 hours, 420 on Monday to Friday, 84 on Saturday, and 72 on Sunday. So that means if I multiply 21 by 576, I will get my assembly capacity, sorry, which will come as 12,096.
Yes.
Right. Also, you take a decision of assembly time. How much assembly time we want to allocate to each product. So we have defined the minimum, which is 100, 150 and 300 for 1, 2, 3 respectively. If you increase it, it will further increase the product quality. So let's say in this case, the management has decided 115, 165 and 325. I have converted into hours. This was my quantities to deliver. This quantities multiplied by this time, I get this. I sum them up. I need a total of assembly capacity as 7935.42. Now this has to be divided between 21 assembly workers. So if I divided it by 21, that means approximately my each assembly worker has to work for 377 or 378 hours. Right. Now since he can do a maximum of 420 on Monday to Friday, that means he will only work on Monday to Friday and complete 378 hours. And we will get we will only work on Monday to Friday and we'll do a 0 work hour on Saturday and Sunday. Is this clear?
So what is this 12, 18 and 24?
I will come to that, sir. Don't go to the part where I have not yet got, sir. Is this clear?
सर एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए। 377 तक मुझे समझ आ गया,
यहाँ
इतना
तक आ गया
पर
ना मैम। अब
यस।
मंडे टू फ्राइडे दे कैन वर्क 420, तो हम सैटरडे संडे क्यों करेंगे? जब 378 करना है तो मंडे टू फ्राइडे में ही काम करके हो जाएगा ना
अच्छा,
क्वार्टर।
यस यस, हाँ ये हो जाएगा।
ओके, नाउ you decide, you take okay, I will put assembly here and machinist here. This is for your knowledge, just to calculate how to calculate wages. You have a decide wage, you put decide a rate which is hourly wage rate. In this case it was 12 euros, right? So if this is the wage rate, this is the basic wage rate for Monday to Friday for assembly. For machinist it will be 12 into 0.65. So whatever is your rate for assembly, 65% of that will become your rate for machinist. For Saturday it will be 1.5 times. Similarly, this will be 7.8 into 1.5 times. Similarly, for Sunday, it will be 12 into 2, 12 plus 100%, or 12 into 2. Similarly, for Sunday, it will be 7.8 into 2. So this is how the wages are structured based on your decision making. So is this clear?
नहीं, ये 12 देना ही है सर, मैंडेटरी है क्या 12 का, या इज
So,
इट
okay.
इनपुट है?
So one is the minimum that you can give is 9. But in this case, one is you cannot reduce the wage rate once you have increased. So आपको 16 Q1 में we have given till 12. So now either you can only increase it beyond 12, keep it 12. But once you increase it, then you cannot reduce it.
Okay, so that is one thing. Now assembly person is having higher one, machinist is having lower, eh?
Yeah, because assembly workers are skilled labor and these are unskilled laborers.
So we can change it ना, why we can...
हाँ तो मैम आप चेंज कर सकते हैं ना। आप यहाँ पे जो चेंज करेंगे, जैसे आप इसको 13 करेंगे, 12.5 करेंगे, तो उससे ये सारे चेंज हो जाएंगे ना।
हाँ लेकिन उसके बाद मैं डिक्रीज भी तो कर सकती हूँ नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में, अगर मुझे डिक्रीज करना है वेज रेट।
So what is, so ma'am, that's the whole point. You cannot see, the labor also wants to ensure its interest, right?
Yes.
You cannot decrease it. That's a default condition that we have set for everyone.
And this machinist is a 0.6, sir. That is also input. That is
0.65, yeah, default.
From the
Yeah.
default.
Sir, if we give less wages, then it impacts.
Ma'am, sir, one at a time. Ma'am, go ahead. Yeah, ma'am, go ahead, please.
If we give less wages, then will it impact their performance?
So ma'am, let's say you give less and the other company is giving more, so they will switch from your company to other. Because see, assembly workers you have to recruit. So it is not easy to recruit assembly workers. They are not that readily available in market. Machinists are easily available because these are unskilled, but skilled labor are not readily available in market.
Sir, madam was asking that if we gave assembly workers $9, or in another case we are giving them $12, will there be any quality difference of the product assembled?
So in this case, so you cannot give 9 now anyways. No, there not be in a difference of it's like sir कि आपको NTPC में X amount मिल रहा है और NHPC से आपको promotion को या power grid का होता है, तो you might tend to switch, right?
Okay, retention, that will affect our retention.
That will impact your retention and your workforce ability.
Okay. सर इनपुट सीट में सर इंडस्ट्री स्टैंडर्ड मिलेगा कि नॉर्मल वेज रेट क्या चल रहा है?
सर ये आपको यहाँ पे मिलेगा ना कि ये ग्रुप इंफॉर्मेशन में, if you will see, you will be able to see what is the wage rate that each company is gonna decided to pay. Got it, sir?
सर अगर हम कोई ऐसा गलती करते हैं, सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे वेज रेट कम अगर लिख देंगे तो इट विल, वो स्टार आ जाएगा है ना, विल कम टू नो कि कुछ गलती हुआ है ना।
नहीं, वेज रेट रिड्यूस ही नहीं होगा ना मैम।
अच्छा, वो हो ही नहीं पाएगा अगर एंटर
आप अगर उसको इनपुट लेट से आपने 10 कर दिया, तो सिमुलेशन की जब डिसीजन शीट आएगी वो ऑटोमेटिकली 12 आएगा।
अच्छा
सर इसमें
हेलो
लोगों को
सर
जैसे हम 377 या 378 असेंबली टाइम पर वर्कर यूज कर पा रहे हैं, तो उसके हिसाब से ही हमें उनको पैसे देने
करेक्ट
होंगे।
करेक्ट, बिकॉज इट इज एन आवरली ना सर, यू आर पेइंग ऑन आवर्स।
तो मतलब मुझे लोगों को नौकरी से निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है। अगर मैं देख पा रहा हूँ कि मेरे असेंबली टाइम कम है, तो मैं चाहूँ तो एक आध दो वर्कर्स को असेंबली वालों को फायर कर सकता हूँ।
आप यहाँ पे -4 -2 -3 लिख सकते हैं।
नहीं, लेकिन सर जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं जब आर्ली रेट पे आवर्स के हिसाब से कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरे 4 रहे चाहे 10 रहे, तो वो रिक्रूटेड रहेंगे भी, तो पैसा मुझे उतना ही देना पड़ेगा उनको।
अब
ये
सर, दिस इज अ बिजनेस माइंड दैट ऑफ यू आर स्पीकिंग, राइट? So that is, I am not denying that, sir. This is what you have to think. This is how you have to think.
ओके सर।
ये तो
सर वन
यही
मोर
तो
क्वेश्चन सर।
यही तो थॉट प्रोसेस डेवलप करना है सर, इस ट्रेनिंग से।
मतलब वही मुझे लगा सर, असेंबली टाइम पर वर्कर अगर काम आ रहा है, जितना वो काम कर सकता है मंडे टू फ्राइडे, तो मैं तो एक दो आदमी को निकाल दूंगा नौकरी से, जिससे कि मुझे मतलब कम लोगों में काम चल जाए, उतना
बट
मैं
उससे
उनसे।
फायदा क्या होगा आपको?
उससे फायदा नहीं हो रहा है, बस वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मुझे
उल्टा
मतलब।
डिसमिसल का कॉस्ट और लग जाएगा आपको।
हाँ, उनको निकालने में कॉस्ट तो लग जाएगा।
और जब नेक्स्ट टाइम बढ़ाना हो प्रोडक्शन, तो रिक्रूटमेंट का कॉस्ट भी तो आएगा, फिर अभी
करेक्ट, फिर
करना पड़ेगा।
रिक्रूटमेंट का भी कॉस्ट आएगा। करेक्ट। सो दिस इज प्राइमरीली वी वांटेड वन वन वेरी बेसिक लर्निंग दैट वी वांटेड टू डेवलप। That's how you have to think. This is the whole purpose of this exercise. You're thinking out of the box. Deepak sir, you raise your hand. Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, I was having same question that if we fire the
Okay.
worker, it will have a cost impact, you know, also if we fire assembly
Let
worker.
me see. I hope you guys are not tired, because let's complete this assembly first. Okay. One is, so now with regard to recruitment, there are two decisions for recruitment. One is directly from market, and the other is by training the machinist workers to assembly workers. Not your machinist. मार्केट में जो बाकी अनएम्प्लॉयड अनस्किल्ड वर्कर्स है, उनको वी ट्रेन एंड वी मेक देम स्किल्ड, राइट? नाउ द ओनली डिफरेंस इज, देयर आर टू डिफरेंस इन दिस. Directly from market, the cost is 2000 euro per worker. Training is 8500 euro per worker. This is non guarantee. Why non guarantee? That means it is not guarantee कि अगर आपने 4 डाले तो 4 ही मिलेंगे. It could happen that you might get 2, you might get 0, you might get 1, depending on the availability in the market. Whereas through training, it is a guaranteed decision. अगर आप 5 डालो, 4 डालो, 4 डालो, 6 डालो, 8 डालो, you will end up getting. That's why it is expensive, right? Because unskilled workers are readily available. And also one problem with this is, let's say you want to recruit, you decided to recruit four from market, you end up recruiting 3, but the cost of recruitment will be 4 into 2000, not 3 into 2000, because the company invested 8000 euros to recruit 4, but ended up recruiting only 3 out of that cost, right? Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you don't need to worry. I will share this Excel sheet. So just to sum up, we have
Means
Sir,
sir, ये
one
assembly.
question from the last one, sir. Let us suppose rest of the teams in my group have raised the wages, and I have not. Is it a chance that my already available assembly workers will leave the company?
Yeah. Why not only on wages, wage rate? Let's say the total wages. Let's say if one company is giving them 378 hours, other company is giving them 500 hours, right? So they will go and work for this 500. Nah, they want to. This is how they will get. Let's say one company is working for 500 hours and the other is working for 400 hours. The wage rate is over here is 12. The wage rate over here is 13. So if I multiply this by this, a worker in this company will take 6,000 euros, whereas a worker in this company will take home only 5,200 euros. So he would like to work for this company.
But how do I estimate? Because if any worker is leaving the company, it will ultimately
Go
affect
through
the
the
prediction.
go through the round one, sir. Everything will come into your realization. Trust me on this. This is the third year I am doing this GMC in NTPC, and probably I'll with more than so. This you have to go through the process, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
There is
Sir,
no
I
fixed
have a
completion
query.
time.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Yes, in the decision sheet, if you'll see, that there are two fields. One is my assembly workers to recruit. Second one is number to train. Suppose I give there 4 and here number to train is 4. Suppose then whether 8 will be recruited or 4 I'll recruit and I'll train them.
No, 8 will be recruit. Let's say 4 that you have given in training will be guaranteed recruit. And whatever possible from that 4 from the market will be recruited.
Okay. Means this will be additional because last training round, that one trial round, no, we have taken both of these. So either we can, if I'll take number to train, then it will be okay. Means this is okay. It's only 4, then I can recruit 4. Okay.
Let's say if I put 4 here and 4 here. Let's say, right? So these 4 will be definitely recruited, and whatever 4, let's say it's 4, 3, 2, 1, something from this will also be recruited.
Okay.
Okay. Any more doubt?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Guaranteed और नॉन गारंटीड एक बार फिर से समझिए.
सर गारंटीड मीन्स कि यहाँ मैंने 4 डाले, बट इसका जरूरी नहीं है कि 4 डालें तो 4 के 4 मुझे मिल जाएंगे. इट इज नॉन गारंटीड. बट अगर मैं नंबर 2 ट्रेनिंग के थ्रू रिक्रूटमेंट जाऊंगा, 4 डालूं, 5 डालूं, 6 डालूं, जितने डालूंगा उतने मिल ही जाएंगे. ये गारंटीड है.
ठीक है सर.
ओके.
सर इसमें और एक है, जैसे कि अभी हम ईयर 16 क्वार्टर 2 का डिसीजन देंगे, तो अभी जो अवेलेबल डेटा जो है क्वार्टर 1 का, उसमें जो वर्कर्स है अवेलेबल, दैट इज फॉर श्योर दैट दे आर अवेलेबल इन माय क्वार्टर 2 आल्सो.
You have this right. At the workers they were 17.
Yeah.
They recruited 4, so 4 got recruited, so you have 21 for next quarter now.
So this is the basis figure that is available with me right now, and based on my delivery quantity, I have to see whether I need more or not.
Correct. Okay. So
sir, after providing them training, जैसे जो मशीनिस्ट है उनको ट्रेनिंग देके हम असेंबली वर्कर्स पे अपग्रेड कर रहे हैं.
Not your machinist, ma'am. Not your machinist. बाहर से
आफ्टर ट्रेनिंग, आफ्टर प्रोवाइडिंग ट्रेनिंग,
तो वो असेंबली वर्कर बन गए ना मैम.
हाँ, तो वो दोनों काम मतलब करेंगे फिर, असेंबली वर्कर भी और ये
नहीं,
हमको फिर मनीष.
they will only be doing assembly then. They are not no more machinist now.
तो हमको ये रिक्रूट करने पड़ेंगे फिर मशीनिस्ट, और
वो उसमें 8500 में कॉस्ट में इंक्लूडेड है. ट्रेनिंग की कॉस्ट में रिक्रूटमेंट ऑफ उसका इंक्लूडेड है.
अच्छा.
Okay. So we have done advertisement, we have done pricing, we have done quantities to deliver. On product quality, I have talked about assembly time. I have also talked about premium material. I have also done components to order. I will do this product development now, which is very important. This is a very nice discussion, a small discussion of 10, 20 minutes, 15 minutes that we need to do. I have done materials to buy. Maintenance hours per machine, you can check. If you have doubt, I'll cover in one of the other briefing sessions. We have done shift level. This I will website development is again very easy, but number of ports I will do in one of the session. Maybe in this one only I have them, or I will cover them in the next one because we are a little short on time. I will share it. We have done recruitment. We have done wage rate. This is for senior management. This is easy. You can read it from the manual. Finance, I will not touch for now that much. And then we have these two. So let's go to product quality now. Very interesting decision, a small discussion that we need to have. Right. Now, before that, understand it. Let me give you an example. Let's consider an example of Apple. So this you will not take much time. You will need 10 minutes to understand this. Let's say Apple is a company. So Apple has an product development department. I will call it PD department, right? PD department that is responsible for developing from iPhone i16 to i17 and maybe new products like i18 and so on and so on. So for these development, Apple is investing some money with this department every quarter. let's say in quarter one, let's say right now Apple is selling i16 product in the variant in the market. Let's say Apple has invest 10,000 euros for quarter one with P&D department, that we are giving you this as your budget. You use this money to come up with some outcomes on this, with the better features or some new product development on a product. Let's say they come up with no outcome. Let's say they do not come up with any outcome. They are not able to within this budget. So they need more time, or they need more time to, develop some new technology. So the company will continue to sell the same product, which was i16 in quarter two. Now let's say in quarter two again they invest 10,000 euros, or let's say they increase the budget to 15,000 euros. Right. Now they come up with a minor improvement. Minor improvement could be like a software development, a software enhance, so they can automatically, the product is gonna remain the same, but the software or the user interface, they have improved that. So they get this. This is like a minor improvement with a minor this now new iPhone 16 is with a minor improvement now. Right. Now, when let's say they again comes quarter three, they again invest 15,000 euros with this. Now they have cumulatively, they have come up with a lot of plus features, new features, right? That Apple can, combine and form a new product, new phone. They can call it i17, and this becomes a major improvement of the product. Is this example clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, we have the same working methodology over here, right? You have a department product development. Every quarter you decide how much you want to invest. At the end of quarter, they come up with an improvement, whether they have achieved a major improvement, a minor improvement, or a non-improvement in that particular product, right? Then you have a decision of take a product improvement. Now, what is this? Let's say in this quarter, let's say they've got iPhone 17. Now the product development has come up with a new product that we can launch this product as i17. Now the senior management has to decide whether they have to launch it in quarter 4, or do they need to wait? Let's say they have huge warehouse stock in the market for iPhone 16 right now. So they want to delay their launch to up future quarters. So for every major improvement that you get, for example, we have given you a major improvement in 16 quarter 1 for product 1. Now you have to take a decision whether you want to launch it in 16 quarter 2 or 16 quarter 3. Now the pros and cons is, the pro is that if you don't launch, the loss is if you don't launch in 16 quarter 2, let's say you launch, it's a binary decision, 1 or 0, yes or no. It's a checkbox in your decision form. If you don't launch it and the others launch it, then they will get the first mover advantage in the market. Plus, whenever you see a new product launch comes with a huge surge in demand. So that's a benefit that you get, right? So is this example clear?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So do we understand how the product development department is working?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I have done over here is, I have captured the data of the last 5 historical reports as a summary, what happened in the previous 5 quarters, and come up with what the management did in this particular quarter. So firstly, they invested 25. Of course, they could not have taken any product improvement. This was the starting of the quarter. So in the first quarter, they invested 25,020 in 2015 for product 1, 2, 3. The product development came up with none improvement, right? So in 15 quarter 2, because the improvement was none, so they cannot launch any improvement, right? So they again invest 25, 2015. Again, they came up with none, right? So if it is still none, there is no improvement. So again, in 15 quarter 3, they cannot launch any new product, right? That's why it is 0, 0, 0 or NA, right? It's NA because you cannot launch. There is no improvement. Again, they invest 15, 25,000, 20,000, 15,000 euros. This time, the product development has come up with a minor improvement for product 1, major for product 2, minor for product 3. Now, this minor and minor over here. So you don't have to launch minor. You don't have to take up product improvement for minors. Minors are automatically incorporated. But this major, the company decided against to launch this major in 15 Q4. Right. They decided, in fact, they did not launch this major in 15 quarter 4. They launched this major in 16 quarter 1. Right. So the probable reason for that could be maybe a huge warehouse stock. So they might have a huge warehouse stocks, and to avoid the loss of warehouse stock, they might have, because see, remember, when you launch a major, let's say in this case, you have a major for product 1. If you launch this major in the next quarter, this warehouse stock will turn to 0. You will get some revenue. Don't worry about this. I will explain how you get the revenue from warehouse stocks in income statement. I will do this in the next briefing session, but you will get some money out of it, which, yeah, right. But when you launch a major, the warehouse stock would turn to 0 for that particular product. Right. Again, they invested this money. Again, they got a minor. Right. So again, they could not launch for anything for 0, 0 for product 1 and 3. And you have a May 1, they lost the 15 quarter 3 reported major of product 2 in 16 Q1. Again, they invested this money, and finally we gave you a major and a minor with this. Now the problem is, one is, if you'll see that we have got 2 subsequent minors for product 3. Ideally, this was wrong. They should have increased the budget over here so that maybe we could have got a major over here. Right, because the more money I put in, it becomes, my chances of getting a major early increases, and the earlier I get a major, I will be able to have the first mover advantage in the market. Right. Similarly, they should have launched this minor major over here. So don't worry about losing warehouse stock due to launch of major, because this will always happen. Whenever, let's say, when Apple is launching iPhone 17, it has not happened that the iPhone 16 has become 0 in the market. There is always a cost of launching new product, but that cost is substituted by the increase in sales that the new product generates, right? So is this product development clear?
मेजर
सर जो
इसमें माइनर आ गया है,
one at a time, sir. Go ahead, one at a time.
सर क्वार्टर 3 में मेजर के बाद क्वार्टर 4 में माइनर आ गया. एक बार मेजर आ गया तो इसका मतलब आपका आईफोन 17 आ ही गया है, मतलब ये है. अब बस आपको
पड़ा हुआ है प्रोडक्ट, आपने सिर्फ उसे लॉन्च नहीं करा है.
तो मतलब क्वार्टर 4 में जो माइनर है वो क्वार्टर 3 का जो मेजर आ चुका था उसमें एक और माइनर इंप्रूवमेंट आ गया है.
नहीं, ये माइनर इंप्रूवमेंट तो अभी ये आपने लॉन्च नहीं करा था.
हाँ,
लेट्स से मैं इसको भी 0 करता, तो ये वाला माइनर इंप्रूवमेंट तो लॉन्च हो जाता, बट ये मेजर वाला हिस्ट्री में रहता सेफ.
नहीं, मतलब अगर मैंने इसको लॉन्च नहीं किया मेजर को, तो जो माइनर इंप्रूवमेंट है वो आईफोन 16 में हो रहा है या आईफोन 17 में हो रहा है, जो क्वार्टर 4 में माइनर
16 में होगा.
16 में हो रहा है. ओके.
और मेजर अवेलेबल है सर नेक्स्ट के लिए ना?
करेक्ट.
हाँ, अगर इसके बाद एक क्वार्टर और में अगर माइनर आ जाता है सर, ठीक है, क्वार्टर 2 में भी माइनर आ जाता है मेरा प्रोडक्ट 2, ठीक है.
कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे?
हाँ, यहाँ पे एक माइनर और आ जाता है, ठीक है सर. ठीक है, तो उस केस में भी मेरा मेजर तो अवेलेबल है. मान लीजिए मैंने 2 में लॉन्च नहीं किया था क्वार्टर.
हाँ, आपका अवेलेबल है, हिस्ट्री में अवेलेबल है सर.
ठीक है, ओके, थैंक
यू. सर अगर मैंने 16 क्वार्टर 1 में मैंने मेजर प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किया है, तो उससे मेरा शेयर मार्केट का जो प्राइस है या फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट पोर्टफोलियो है वो 16 क्वार्टर 2 में इम्पैक्ट होगा या 1 में इम्पैक्ट हो जाएगा?
सर 2 फैक्टर्स है. वन इज पीएनडी डिपार्टमेंट का मेजर अनाउंसमेंट का रिपोर्ट का शेयर प्राइस पे बेनिफिट उस क्वार्टर में मिलेगा. लॉन्च करने से जो रेवेन्यू पे बेनिफिट होगा या सेल्स पे बेनिफिट होगा, उसका बेनिफिट 16 क्वार्टर 1 में मिलेगा.
ओके, 16 क्वार्टर 1 में इम्पैक्ट मिल जाएगा ना?
दोनों में मिलेगा, लॉन्च का भी, और ऑफ कोर्स ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट इसमें भी मिलेगा, इसमें मिलेगा, बट इसमें भी इम्पैक्ट आएगा शेयर प्राइस पे.
ओके.
तो डेवलपमेंट एंड लॉन्चिंग दोनों डिफरेंट कैसे होगा? मतलब
सर डेवलपमेंट तो R&D डिपार्टमेंट डेवलप वर्क कर रहा है बैक एंड में. लॉन्च तो आपका डिसीजन है ना सीनियर मैनेजमेंट का, कि भाई नए प्रोडक्ट को कब लॉन्च करना है मार्केट में.
ओके, ये डिसीजन शीट में कहाँ होगा सर, एक बार दिखाएंगे?
टेक अ प्रोडक्ट इंप्रूवमेंट.
ओके, यहाँ पे हम लोग मेजर मतलब वो मेजर इम्प्रूवमेंट चल रहा है, लेकिन
मेजर अचीव हो चुका है।
ओके,
जैसे
लॉन्च हो चुका है
मतलब लॉन्च नहीं हुआ है, अचीव हुआ है बैकएंड में कंपनी के इन हाउस में।
ओके,
टेक्नोलॉजी रीच कर ली है, लॉन्च करनी है उसे।
तो लॉन्चिंग डिसीजन टेकअप है।
टेकअप है, करेक्ट।
सर मेजर लॉन्च करने पे जो क्वांटिटी बच जाती है उसका क्या कॉस्टिंग मिलेगा हमको?
सर वो नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट सेशन में मिलेगा, आप उसे मानो मिलेगा कुछ। ये मान लो कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन का 90% मिलेगा, तो ज्यादा लॉस नहीं है उसमें।
What is the benefit of not launching? Means if I have developed, then I have to launch.
यू शुड लॉन्च सर, द ओनली डाउन साइड इज कि बहुत ही ज्यादा वेयर हाउस स्टॉक हो, बट इवन इन तो उसमें लॉन्च करने में उसमें रिस्क, उसमें लॉस थोड़ा, क्योंकि आपको 90% ऑफ योर कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन मिलता है।
ओके
सर ये जिस प्रोडक्ट में लास्ट क्वार्टर में मेजर आ रहा है उसको तो वैसे भी वेस्ट ही चला जाएगा, क्योंकि उसका सब्सिक्वेंट क्वार्टर तो अवेलेबल नहीं है ना, मतलब राउंड में।
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट।
सर सपोज 2 कॉन्जिक्यूटिव क्वार्टर में हमने मेजर कर दिया, लेकिन लॉन्च एक भी मतलब किया नहीं वहां पे, तो मेरे पास सपोज I16 है, I17 है, दो
मैम
में मैंने
दोनों का कंबाइन होके I18 बन के लॉन्च हो जाएगा।
अच्छा अच्छा, लेकिन मुझे बेनिफिट तो नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि मैंने
तो
उसको लॉन्च ही नहीं किया,
ना,
लेकिन
उसका
मेरे
नहीं,
हाँ
यू शुड नॉट ट्राई एंड डू दैट, उससे कोई फायदा नहीं होगा। दैट्स लाइक, दैट वुड बी स्टूपिड टू डू समथिंग लाइक दैट।
यस।
And as per this game, as we have 5 quarters, so bringing the new product, the major, in the improved product, later the quarters would benefit or before the quarters would
As
benefit?
early as possible would, sir, you would lose the first mover, right? The others in your group would do it. Then they would have the advantage, right, sir?
Okay.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है सर।
जी सर।
सर हमने अभी मेजर लॉन्च किया है, और लेकिन हमने जो सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग कर रखा है वो तो मेरे को नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में आएगा, तो वो तो माइनर वाला ही आएगा ना, या जो
So this happens at the time of assembly.
सर रिपीट करिए सर।
ये जो इम्प्रूवमेंट इनकॉर्पोरेशंस होती है प्रोडक्ट में, ये असेंबली के टाइम पे होती है।
ठीक है सर, तो इस बार नहीं होगी, वो अगली बार ही होगी, जैसे अभी मैंने वन किया था।
कंपोनेंट्स चाहे सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड हो या मशीन हो, असेंबली तो फैक्ट्री में ही हो रहा है ना सर।
हाँ लेकिन नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में होगा ना हमारा सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग वाला, तो नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में आएगा।
इससे सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग का कोई लेन देन नहीं है सर, ये असेंबली की स्टेज पे होता है। just to ease you, don't worry about subcontracting with this major thing, वो सब पे लगेगा।
ओके सर, ओके
ओके।
सर मतलब ये मेजर मेरा प्रोडक्ट ही बन गया है ना। सपोज मैंने 15 Q3 में 2000 क्वांटिटी बनाने के लिए मैंने सभी का टाइम भी बढ़ा दिया है, प्लस आई हैव टेकन वन मतलब 1 भी कर दिया है, तो मेजर आई हैव ऑलरेडी लॉन्च्ड इन द मार्केट। तो नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में मतलब सेम टाइम वहां पे सर एक बार डिसीजन सीट में जाएंगे सर?
जी मैम।
सर यस, सपोज यहाँ पे मैंने प्रोडक्ट जो डेवलपमेंट है 25-15-15 था, 35-20-20 किया इन द फर्स्ट क्वार्टर।
ओके।
सेकेंड और असेंबली टाइम्स भी मैंने बढ़ा दिया, सपोज 118, 166, 328 ऐसे ही मैंने बढ़ा के रख दिया। दैट मीन्स इट इज अ मेजर डेवलपमेंट। अब मैंने सेकेंड क्वार्टर में क्या करना है, मुझे 35 फिर से वही रखना है कि आई कैन मेक इट डाउन ऑल्सो, मीन्स 25-15।
ये तो आपका डिसीजन है। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ये पहले प्रोडक्ट में 20,000 यूरो इन्वेस्ट कर रहे थे, इनका एक मेजर आ गया था, फिर इन्होंने इसको रिड्यूस कर दिया 15 पे।
अच्छा,
ये तो
मीन्स
आपका
फिर
डिसीजन है,
नॉर्मलाइज कर दिया हमने।
ये आपको डिसाइड करना है कि आपको कितना इन्वेस्ट करना है।
सर
जी सर।
अभी ये हमारा जो रेफरेंस क्वार्टर है, ये ईयर 16 क्वार्टर 1, उसमें ऑलरेडी एक मेजर इम्प्रूवमेंट अचीव हो गया है,
करेक्ट,
तो that is available for me, and I can right away in the first round itself I can take up the improvement.
करेक्ट.
ओके, और दूसरा ये था सर, ये जो मेजर इम्प्रूवमेंट अचीव करना, इज इट सोनली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द इन्वेस्टमेंट वी मेक ऑन द प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट, और along with investment it takes some minimum time also, such as 2 quarters?
Both, sir. Minimum time also. So you can prepone it by 1 quarter on the basis of your investment, but not more than that.
Okay, so means if I heavily invest in 1 quarter, it is not that I will surely get it in quarter 2.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
सर एक क्वेरी था सर.
Right. Go ahead, sir.
सर ये जैसे सपोज हमने मेजर इंप्रूवमेंट हमने इंकॉर्पोरेट कर लिया, टेकअप कर लिया, लॉन्च कर दिया उसको अगले क्वार्टर के लिए, लेकिन हमारे वेयर हाउस में स्टॉक पड़ा हुआ है, तो उसको उसको कैसे मतलब अकाउंट करेंगे?
वो जीरो हो जाएगा सर, वो जीरो हो जाएगा, वो एक वैल्यूएशन पे बिक जाएगा. वो मैं ब्रीफिंग सेशन 2 में एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगा, बट उससे रेवेन्यू आएगा कुछ आपका ऐड होके.
सपोज सर ये हमने लॉन्च करने के बाद भी हमारा कुछ क्वांटिटी बिकी नहीं थी, तो वो वेयर हाउस में रह गई,
ऑब्वियसली वो तो फिर नॉर्मल साइकिल चलती रहेगी ना सर.
नहीं, तो वेयर हाउस में तो कौन सा वाला क्वांटिटी है, तो पुराना स्टॉक जो है वो नहीं बिका, वो जो नहीं बिका वो होगा कि जो नया हमने लॉन्च किया प्रोडक्ट उसमें से, वो कैसे मुझे पता चलेगा?
नहीं, आई एम नॉट एबल टू गेट योर डाउट सर.
तो जैसे अभी 16 क्वार्टर 1 में हमारा वेयर हाउस में कुछ सामान रखा हुआ है, उसको इंक्लूड करके मैं प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर देता हूँ, नया वाला मेजर इंप्रूव, और मैंने उसके हिसाब से कुछ क्वांटिटी बना ली, और फिर मैं उसको मार्केट में बेच रहा हूँ. तो सपोज उस क्वार्टर में नहीं बिका तो क्वांटिटी, तो वो भी तो वेयर हाउस में जाएगा, तो वो हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कितना नहीं बिका और हमारा पुराने में कितना नहीं.
Okay, I got it. So let's say 16 Q2, old is let's say 100 units, right? और आपने यहाँ पे मेजर लॉन्च कर दिया 1, तो ये 100 will turn to 0. और इस क्वांटिटी में आपने 1134 क्वांटिटीज नई प्रोडक्ट्स की मेजर की सप्लाई करी. लेट्स से 1102 बिक गया, तो 32 का स्टॉक ही तो रहेगा आपके वेयर हाउस में सर.
ओके, तो इट इज डीम्ड अंडरस्टूड दैट जो पुराना स्टॉक है वो बिक जाएगा,
वो हाँ, वो खत्म हो जाएगा, वो बिक जाएगा.
सर ये जो बिकता है ना, दैट इज ओनली एट द लोअर कॉस्ट ना, एट द वैल्यूएशन दैट इज टू बी टॉट लेटर ऑन.
रिपीट अगेन सर.
ये जो वैल्यूएशन में बिकता है ना सर, ये वैल्यूएशन इज वेरी लेस.
ब्रीफिंग सेशन 2 सर, ब्रीफिंग
2
सेशन
में ना, टिल दैट टाइम जो भी है उसमें कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा, है ना?
करेक्ट, करेक्ट. वैसे इट इज गिवन इन द मैनुअल, सो यू कैन फिगर इट आउट, बट हैविंग सेड दैट लेट्स होल्ड. ओके, लेट्स क्विकली. हाँ
sir, continuing to that question, old stock and the new stock, when we do this major update, so जो old stock पड़ा है वो भी अपडेट हो जाएगा
सर. ओल्ड स्टॉक
that
तो
is will also be updated.
नहीं, वो सोल्ड ऑफ हो जाएगा डिस्काउंट प्राइस पे.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, वो भी सोल्ड ऑफ हो जाएगा ओल्ड स्टॉक. एंड ये जो मेजर न्यू जो हमने डिमांड किया है, न्यू जो प्रोडक्शन के लिए हमने दिया है, वो उसमें मेजर अपडेट होगा, ओल्ड वाला डिस्काउंटेड प्राइस पे जाएगा.
करेक्ट.
ओके, एंड हाउ कैन वी डिटरमाइन व्हाट विद द डिस्काउंटेड प्राइस?
वो ब्रीफिंग सेशन 2 में सर.
सर इसमें एक डाउट है सर हमारा. Am I audible सर?
हाँ सर, बताइए सर.
सर प्रोडक्ट 1 जो है नॉर्मल है, प्रोडक्ट 3 इज प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट. सो इज देयर एनी डिफरेंस इन कॉस्ट फॉर डेवलपमेंट, नया प्रोडक्ट इम्प्रूवमेंट्स या डेवलपमेंट में कॉस्ट का भी अकॉर्डिंगली चेंजेस है कि बिकॉज प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट मेक्स.
हाँ, तो सर वो इट्स इज ना, इट इज टेकिंग 3 quarters टू बी डेवलप्ड. ये जल्दी नहीं आ रहा, इसमें मेजर जल्दी आ रहे हैं ये प्रोडक्ट 1 और 2 में.
So we need to spend more on the product 3 for the major changes.
I am not gonna say that, but वो आपका स्ट्रेटेजी है सर.
Okay.
दीपक सर, आपका हैंड रेज्ड है, बताइए सर प्लीज. आस्क यू, गो अहेड विद द डाउट.
Yes, sir. Actually, you are saying that when we launch a new product, our warehouse stock will be zero. Like, so order on that quarter will be on new product or on what basis?
न्यू प्रोडक्ट because न्यू प्रोडक्ट ही आपका मार्केटिंग का फेस बनेगा ना.
So like we have a order already backlog there for our product, so that will
So
include
they will now buy the new product, right, sir?
Okay.
Okay. One more small topic, which is agents and distributors. So I have two discussions over here, which is internet capacity. This one, because I think we are a little short on time, I will cover this in briefing session 2 or maybe later. I will keep it in the Excel sheet so you can try and understand it. But one thing this agents and distributors we have to do is, one is, see, we have discussed commission. So one important, very important is every quarter you take a decision on numbers needed. So let's say right now you have 3 agents in Europe and 1 in NAFTA. Let's say you want to have 5 in Europe and 3 in NAFTA. So you will not put 2 and 2 here. You will put 5 and 3 over here. Make sure you don't do this mistake. Because if you put 2 and 2, that means you will fire 1 agent in Europe and recruit only 1 in NAFTA. So one is, this is a cumulative value of number needed. You do not, otherwise you are leading it to firing the number of agents. One is that. The support is the fixed payment that you are giving them for your office, for their office expenses. So what is mentioned in the manual says that the distributors are more attracted towards supports, whereas agents are more attracted towards commission. That is one part. But the major difference in Europe, why we call NAFTA an internet distributor and why we call person in Europe as agent is, the major difference is that when I pay them commission, I pay in Europe, I pay commission on orders. In NAFTA in internet, I pay commission on sold to quantities. So what's difference is this is, let's say in this case, my European agent, they got me 634 orders, but I could only sold to 625. But I will end up paying him commission on 634 because he did the work, he got the orders. I was not able to supply or deliver to get these many orders. So in this case, if an agent has more orders than sold to quantities, it does not matter. For agent, I will pay commission on 634, whereas on NAFTA, I will only pay on commission on sold to quantities. For example, let's say this internet distributor got 162 orders, but I sold to only 150. Over here, I will only pay commission on 150 quantities, whereas in case of internet, I will pay commission on 634 quantities. Is this difference between agents and distributors clear?
Sir, please
Yes,
repeat
sir.
number needed.
Sir, for every
एजेंट्स का जितना ऑर्डर वो लेगा है ना उतना पे करना पड़ेगा या तुम भेज नहीं पाओगे उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा और डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को जितना बेचेगा
okay, let me repeat once. So there is a reason why a retailer in Europe is called agent and why retailer in NAFTA and internet is called distributor. The difference is I have to pay them commission, right? So please mute. Let me explain this so that we can. Okay. So the difference is in case of Europe, let's say in case of product 1, he got orders of 961. I sold to quantities 961. So I pay him commission on 967. In case of pre 2 in Europe, he got me orders of 634, but I only sold 625. But I have to pay him commission on 634 only. Right. So in this case, I will pay an extra commission on 9 units, which I did not sold or earned revenue in that particular quarter because the agent got me an order for that. But in case of NAFTA in internet, like in this case, he got me orders 162, but I could only sell 150 because that was my delivery and I had zero warehouse stock in the last quarter. But I will not pay commission on 162. I will only pay commission on 150 orders. It is being calculated over here. Everything is mentioned over here. So you don't need to worry about it. But is this part clear? Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
One question, sir. In financial statements, hello.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, in our administrative expenses, first there is a cost of internet distributor, and fourth there is agent and distributors. So this agent and distributors cost, is it for only Europe and NAFTA?
Europe and NAFTA, yes, sir. Europe and NAFTA.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Please repeat number needed.
सर नंबर ऑफ एजेंट्स नीडेड वाला रिपीट कर दीजिएगा.
ओके, लेट्स से सर हमने अभी आपको 3 एजेंट यूरोप में दिया और 1 एजेंट नाफ्ता में दिया. अब लेट्स से आपको एजेंट बढ़ाना है. एजेंट मतलब जैसे मारुति को अपना शोरूम और सिटीज में बढ़ाने हैं, तो लेट्स से आप उसको 3 से 5 शोरूम करने हैं, इनको 5 से, इसको 1 से 2 करना है नाफ्ता में. तो इन दिस केस इफ आई पुट ओवर हेयर 2 एंड इफ आई पुट ओवर हेयर 1 मोर, कि भाई 3 ऑलरेडी, 1 2 इसमें ऐड कर दो, 1 उसमें, तो वो इसमें एक फायर हो जाएगा. So number needed is cumulative. So if I need 5, I have to put 5 here. If I need 2, I had to put 2 over here. Got it, sir?
It's a final quantity to be put here.
Correct.
Not incremental.
Correct.
सर ये एजेंट जो हम इसमें फिलअप करेंगे, इसको कुछ और फैक्टर्स लिमिट करते हैं क्या? क्योंकि मेरे को ट्रायल राउंड में सेकंड डिसीजन शीट में 5 किए थे तो 4 ही आए थे.
इट्स अ नॉन गारंटी डिसीजन से. वो आपकी कंपनी एजेंट नहीं ज्वाइन करना चाहता. हो सकता है वो आपके कमीशन मैट्रिक्स से सेटिस्फाइड ना हो, सपोर्ट मैट्रिक्स से सेटिस्फाइड ना हो, या आपके प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड से सेटिस्फाई ना हो, या उसको बिजनेस ना लगे. तो इट्स अ नॉन गारंटी डिसीजन.
अच्छा सर, सोल्ड टू वाली एक बार शीट दिखाइए जिसमें था सोल्ड टू एंड ऑल. इसको स्क्रॉल अप करिए जरा. शेड्यूल्ड क्वांटिटीज 1400 जैसे प्रोडक्ट 1 के लिए, और हमने जो एजेंट्स को डिलीवर कर चुके हैं दैट इज 1000.
नहीं मैम, टोटल इज 1400 ना. 1442 बनी. 1400 को बनाने के लिए 1442 बनाने पड़े, क्योंकि उसमें से 42 रिजेक्ट करे.
ओके.
तो 1400 इस तरीके से डिलीवर्ड हुए.
हाँ, तो हमने ऑलरेडी जब डिलीवर कर दिए, तो सोल्ड टू का क्या मतलब है? सोल्ड टू यूरोप
मैम,
हमने तो 1000 उनको कर
ये
दिए
तो
ना
हमने
deliver.
यूरोप में मार्केट में भेजा.
हाँ.
इतने ऑर्डर्स आए, इतने सोल्ड टू हुए. लेट्स से 625 हमने भेजे, ऑर्डर 634 आए, तो सोल्ड टू तो 625 ही होगा ना.
अच्छा वो ओके. तो हम प्राइस जितना हमने डिलीवर किया उसके बेसिस पे ही सब करेंगे ना.
मतलब
जो
रेवेन्यू,
कमीशन भी देना है या कुछ भी देना है, लाइक आप बोल रहे थे ना 634.
सोल्ड टू सिर्फ एजेंट्स के केस में ऑर्डर्स पे रेवेन्यू कमीशन जाएगा बस, बाकी सब कुछ सोल्ड टू पे कैलकुलेशन है.
सर हमारा रेवेन्यू सोल्ड टू पे ही कैलकुलेट होता है ना.
ऑब्वियसली
इवन इन केस ऑफ एजेंट्स आल्सो यूरोप.
One more thing, the support and commission. Why it is written for both of them, the distributor and agent?
Where sir?
This one, yes sir.
तो सभी एजेंट्स को सपोर्ट 10,000 euros we are giving. Every distributor we are giving 8,000 euros. The internet distributor we are giving 9,000 euros.
And apart from that, we are giving commission also.
Yeah, this is fixed income. This is variable income.
Okay.
सर एक एजेंट कितने भी क्वांटिटीज बेच सकता है, इसमें कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है कि
You don't need to worry about that. जितने ज्यादा एजेंट्स होंगे आपके, उतने ज्यादा आपके कस्टमरशिप बढ़ गए एक तरीके से, उतने ज्यादा आपके ऑर्डर्स बढ़ सकते हैं.
ओके, मतलब बेसिकली जितने ज्यादा शोरूम्स में खोल लूंगा उतनी ज्यादा कार बिकने की प्रोबेबिलिटी ज्यादा हो जाएगी.
ऑब्वियसली सर, बट फिर उतना सप्लाई भी तो होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने यहाँ 10 कर दिए मान लो. अगर लेट से मैं इसे फिर तो 10 कर देता हूँ, बट उतनी प्रोपोर्शनेट में सप्लाई भी तो होनी चाहिए, वरना जो पुराने एजेंट थे वो छोड़ के चले जाएंगे कि भाई पहले हमें 300 माल मिलता था, अब हमें सिर्फ 100 मिल रहा है.
ओके सर.
ओके, लास्ट वेज रेट आई हैव डन. Term loan and term deposit, you can figure it out. It's already 3 hours. This one I have all mentioned. Machines to buy and sell, I have everything mentioned here. If you have any doubt, you can Insurance, I will cover in the next briefing session. So 2 topics, we will leave it for the next briefing sessions, even though the calculations are here. It was a very nice session for me to attend, but I have left 2 things, problem which is internet capacity, and the other one is insurance. So these 2 I will add up in briefing session 2 or briefing session 3 for everyone to discuss. But I think we have crossed a lot of time now. I think you guys will also be tired. But 5 minutes, how was the session? Did you guys liked it? Was this helpful?
It is very
Yes,
excellent,
sir.
sir.
Sir, really helpful.
Right.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah,
Sir,
go
please
ahead.
share the when will be our next briefing, sir?
Sir, please go to the calendar on the website. Everything is mentioned there after round 1.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर राउंड 1 तो 10 दिसंबर तक है ना सर?
Correct, sir.
नहीं 10 दिसंबर है round 1.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Sir, in term deposit, if we want to take the amount, we have to enter minus, and if we want to deposit the amount, we have to enter plus, like that.
You don't have to put plus. It is automatically plus. But if you want to withdraw, you put minus 100, minus 200, something, whatever you want to withdraw.
Okay.
सर ये जो प्रोडक्ट है हमारा
मैम,
ये सर हमारा प्राइस सेंसिटिव है या आपका प्रीमियम परसेंटेज वगैरह सेंसिटिव है?
Price sensitive है sir. Products are price sensitive. It is mentioned in the manual.
नहीं, बेसिकली सपोज कीजिए मेरा अगर 10% सपोज करो प्रीमियम मटेरियल यूज कर लो, उसका जो कॉस्ट है वो सपोज करो हम वो ना करके नॉर्मल मटेरियल बना रहे हैं, बट आपका प्राइस उतना कम कर देंगे तो
नहीं सर, अगर आप देखो सर, आप इसको बढ़ा के प्राइस चेंज नहीं करते तो इसका प्लस ही प्लस बेनिफिट है. आप इसको भी बढ़ा रहे हो, प्राइस भी देखो सर, इसको बढ़ाने का पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट है, इसको बढ़ाने का नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट है.
नहीं, सपोज कीजिए अब मैं प्रीमियम मटेरियल 10% बढ़ा रहा हूँ, उसका जो कॉस्ट मुझे एक्स्ट्रा पड़ रहा है वो मैं प्राइस में ऐड कर रहा हूँ,
तो फिर वो प्राइस बढ़ गया ना, तो सर प्राइस
हाँ,
बढ़ने से सेल्स पे नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट आएगा ना.
अच्छा, तो मतलब वो प्रीमियम मटेरियल परसेंटेज के बढ़ने का उतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं आएगा ना सर, इसका मतलब
आप उतना बढ़ाओ जितना आप प्राइस में मैनेज कर पाओ.
ओके सर.
थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब करने के लिए. जी सर, विकास सर, यू हैव हैंड रेज्ड, गो अहेड सर.
सर इंश्योरेंस जो लेंगे वो कंटिन्यूड वो 4 क्वार्टर तक रहेगा या फिर वो उसी क्वार्टर के लिए?
उस पर्टिकुलर क्वार्टर का डिसीजन है, फिर अगले क्वार्टर में आपको दोबारा डिसीजन लेना है.
ठीक, थैंक यू.
But you will share the Excel sheet now only, na?
Yeah, I will share it in the group right now, and I will upload it on the competition website. Or
सर रिकॉर्डिंग
sir, actually
रिकॉर्डिंग में शेयर होगी.
The recording process will take some time. So by tonight in the evening, I will run the mails, or because by tomorrow you will get recording and Excel sheet.
सर एक्सेल शीट आज दे दीजिए, रिकॉर्डिंग चाहे कल दे दीजिएगा.
No problem, sir. I'll put the Excel sheet in the group.
Sir, are we allowed to use decimal numbers?
नहीं sir, it is more clearly into whole numbers. जहाँ है वहाँ है. Like for example, if it is so, you have to put it in 12, 20 or something like that. जहाँ है वहाँ simulation में है.
So sir, conclusively we have covered 30 out of 75 decisions today, na?
No sir, we have covered a lot more. We have covered all of this. We have covered all of this.
Okay.
We have covered this. Then I have covered all of these. Then I have covered subcontracting.
Every box is a decision, na?
No, like this is one decision, this is one decision, this is one decision. So this is 12 decisions.
Okay.
सर ये ओवरड्राफ्ट वाला पैरामीटर कहाँ पे डालना है? ओवरड्राफ्ट वाला वैल्यू?
So what overdraft?
ओवरड्राफ्ट का जो पैरामीटर है सर वो कौन सी फील्ड में डालना है? इफ सपोज ओवरड्राफ्ट से मनी हमको चाहिए हो तो
सर वो तो ऑटोमेटिकली कैश फ्लो अगर नेगेटिव जाता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली ओडी में आ जाएगा.
Sir, any pro advice on the competition?
No sir, it's too early, not right now. Briefing session 3.
सर ये स्टाफ ट्रेनिंग डेज क्या है सर, वो थोड़ा सा एक लाइन में बता देंगे?
सर इट इज ओनली फॉर सर बेसिकली एनटीपीसी कैश रिच कंपनी है, प्रॉफिटेबल है, तभी हमसे आपको बुला रही है ट्रेनिंग कराने के लिए. तो इट इज बेसिकली फॉर द ट्रेनिंग ऑफ द सीनियर मैनेजमेंट. सो इफ यू आर
यहाँ पे जो ट्रेनिंग डेज है 1 डेज, ये 1 वीक का है, 1 मंथ का है, 1 क्वार्टर का है?
1 डे का है.
1 डे. ओके, मतलब पूरे क्वार्टर में 1 डे.
स्टडी द मैनुअल सर.
अच्छा सर, जो चीजें बच गई है लाइक फाइनेंशियल पार्ट, वो हमको खुद वी हैव टू रीड इट बाय आवरसेल्फ?
No ma'am, after this the briefing session 2 is entirely on income statement.
briefing
this
session
support.
will be after
Ma'am?
round one, you said?
Yeah, after round one, yes.
No.
सर ये गारंटी
Sir, एक second, sir.
सर्विसेज क्या है?
Sir, one second. Ma'am, sir, let ma'am complete once. जी ma'am,
राउंड वन में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए वी हैव टू, मतलब
No,
हमको ये सब नॉलेज होना है ना अबाउट
ma'am.
फाइनेंशियल
Okay,
स्टेटमेंट्स
understand it this way, ma'am. See, we are here. See, the idea is that you learn by doing yourself. See, everything that is mentioned in this income statement, you have a manual which specifies how everything is getting calculated with it, right? Now,
Yes.
the point is you try and figure out as much as yourself in this round. Let's say you miss out on something, you're not able to. We are here to, we come up with a new briefing session and we take your understanding from that level to a plus level. We do not want to take away your self experience that you will gain by working yourself. You got the point,
तो
ma'am?
राउंड वन मतलब सब लोग क्लियर करेंगे
नहीं मैम, सब लोग नहीं क्लियर
उस
करेंगे
हिसाब
but
से, लाइक जितना हमने रीड कर पाए, हम
okay,
इनपुट दे पाए, तो
304
सपोज कुछ अगर रह
में
भी
से
जाता है बट वी विल क्लियर दैट राउंड वन.
ओके, बट हैविंग सेड दैट, यूट्यूब पे ग्लोबल मैनेजमेंट चैलेंज इंडिया के यूट्यूब पे ब्रीफिंग सेशन 2 और 3 की सारी रिकॉर्डिंग्स अवेलेबल भी हैं.
ओके.
वन की भी है क्या सर?
वन की तो मैं आपकी वाली भी अपलोड कर दूंगा, बट सारी सेशंस की रिकॉर्डिंग अवेलेबल है. तो लेट्स से यू वांट टू फिगर इट आउट, यू कैन यूज रेफर देम.
ओके सर.
दिस इज आवर होमवर्क देन, है ना, हमको ये.
नहीं मैम, नो होम मैम.
सर ये जो अभी ट्रायल राउंड हुआ था वो सेम ही है ना, इसके अकॉर्डिंग वो सेम सिमुलेशन
सेम
रहेगा
सेम
इसका भी?
सेम रिपोर्ट हमने कंटिन्यू करी. द मैनुअल विल रिमेन सेम फॉर ऑल द राउंड्स.
ओके. Or
Manual is the same, but also
similar
same.
kind of changes will be there if we
If
what
the
we have
history,
changed in trial round.
will change. The history will change.
History will change, na? But
Correct.
the decision we took in that round, similar result will be there in this only.
No. Once the history changes, the everything changes. But the
सर
variable
आप थोड़ा सा हमको, सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब सर, यू कंटिन्यू.
वेरिएबल सर सेम रहेंगे, सिर्फ हिस्ट्री चेंज होगी.
Or sir, if we put like submit button once, na, can we do it as much as we
बिफोर
want?
द डेडलाइन आप सबमिट के बाद कितनी बार भी एडिट कर सकते हैं बिफोर द डेडलाइन.
Sir, during this session of the competition, क्या कोविड-19 जैसी प्रॉब्लम्स भी आ सकती हैं बीच में कि हमारी सप्लाईज, हमारी डिमांड सडनली क्रैश हो जाए या फिर समथिंग लाइक दैट?
एक्सपीरियंस दिस राउंड सर, इसी राउंड में है.
अच्छा.
और इसी राउंड में और आप पकड़ नहीं पाएंगे सर. आई कैन पुट दिस इन राइटिंग, दैट्स द लर्निंग.
सर इट इज माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट, आप हमारा चाहे 10-15 मिनट और ले लीजिए. हमको फाइनेंस भी, ये वाला जो है डिसीजन मेकिंग में, दीज डिसीजंस फाइनेंस रिलेटेड, वो भी हमको ब्रीफ अप कर दीजिए.
मैम इट इज अ वेरी लेंदी कैलकुलेशन से, जैसे हमने क्वांटिटी सब में कैलकुलेशंस करी है ना. सी, वी आर नॉट इनटू टीचिंग थ्योरेटिकल. We are not, see why we have come up here is how calculation based, probability based, we can take improved decisions on all these variables. So we are into a more discrete calculation rather than instinctive calculation. So teaching finance is not an easy part. It will not happen in 10-15. That will take 2 hours. It is a separate, in only, for example, in next briefing session, I will only discuss these variables and this will take 2 hours.
तो सर इसको फिर फर्स्ट राउंड से खत्म होने के पहले ही हमको बता दीजिए ना.
मैम ऑनलाइन ब्रीफिंग सेशन 2 और 3 वही सेम मैं आपके में रिपीट करूंगा, वो ऑनलाइन यूट्यूब पे अपलोडेड है. अगर आपको कोई डाउट है, आई एम 24/7 अवेलेबल ऑन कॉल. ऑल द टीम्स दे कैन व्हाट्सएप मी, मेल मी, रीच आउट टू अस ओवर कॉल एंड वी विल ट्राई एंड सॉर्ट आउट द डाउट.
ओके सर, ओके देन इट इज ओके.
सर इस बार ग्रुप नहीं बनाया क्या सर जीएमसी का?
सर इट इज ऑलरेडी देयर, वी हैव सेंड द लिंक इन द मेल एज वेल.
अच्छा, तो क्या मैं ही नहीं जुड़ पाया क्या उससे?
राइट सर. सर प्लीज चेक योर मेल विद द लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल्स. और उससे पहले वाला मेल,
वो है सर मेरे पास. वो है मेरे पास, क्या बोलते हैं, क्रेडेंशियल्स है मेरे पास, लेकिन वो उसका कुछ आया
सर यहाँ
I will send that link again in tomorrow's mail, sir. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
सर
Is
ये
there
मार्केट शेयर्स एंड कॉर्पोरेट एक्टिविटी सर क्या यहाँ पे मेंशन
ओके
किया हुआ?
यस, सो ये सर ये कुछ नहीं है, ये दो रिपोर्ट्स हैं जो आपको परचेस करना चाहें तो आप कर सकते हैं। वन इज जिससे आपको मार्केट शेयर डेटा मिलेगा सबका,
ओके
और दूसरा
ओके।
आपको ये कॉर्पोरेट बिजनेस एक्टिविटी का डेटा मिलेगा।
एंड इसका कॉस्ट भी सर किस में हमारा?
अदर कॉस्ट में आता है सर, यहाँ पे कंपनी के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में।
नहीं, इसका कॉस्ट क्या है सर? हमको कैसे मतलब कहीं से पता चलता है सर ये इनपुट
मैनुअल
से?
में सर एक रिपोर्ट का
मैनुअल में?
7,500 यूरोज है, एक का 5,000 यूरोज है।
ओके ओके सर ओके।
हाँ
सर
सर,
अच्छा सर,
और इसका
ये
मतलब ऐसा है
डिसीजन
कि
सर
वन वन पुट करने से,
वन एट अ टाइम, वन एट अ टाइम।
सर इसका मतलब है कि वन वन पुट करने से वी आर परचेजिंग इट
करेक्ट
फॉरवर्ड सर। ओके।
करेक्ट।
Sir, is there any tax for shareholder on dividend?
एनी
Taxes on dividend.
क्या चाहिए सर इन पे? टैक्स? हेलो?
Yeah, yes, sir. I am asking, is there any tax on dividend?
No,
If we
dividend
are
is paid after the taxes, sir.
shareholder.
Yeah.
For shareholder, there will be no additional tax.
We are not we are not maintaining the balance sheet of tax holders, sir. We are maintaining the balance sheet of the company.
But sir, bidding criteria will be the value to the shareholder.
This investment performance.
Okay, okay.
Winning criteria will be the profit only, no? That
No, ma'am.
profit.
Investment performance, this is a variable. For now, don't worry on this variable. Focus on share price.
सर इसमें जैसे हमारा 3 प्रोडक्ट्स है, तो इसमें इज इट नेसेसरी कंसंट्रेट ऑन ऑल 3 प्रोडक्ट्स? ऐसा नहीं कि मैं एक प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट पे ही अपना कंसंट्रेट करूं और मार्केट पूरा कैप्चर करूं।
So, वैसे तो it is your strategy. It is possible to do that, but then you will lose the market. Your business is already started. You have already started selling 3 products in the market. So it is like कि मारुति पहले 3 कार ऑलरेडी अभी इतनी मेहनत करके 3 गाड़ियां मार्केट में उतारी, अब उसने कह रहे हैं कि जी चल दो वापस ले लेते हैं।
मतलब दैट इज स्ट्रेटेजी, मतलब ऐसा।
See, again, it is possible in this system, but then you have to figure out whether it is a good strategy or not.
Okay.
Any
Sir,
advice?
डिसीजन 1 2 3 4 5 मतलब ईच क्वार्टर का डिसीजन है ना, एवरी क्वार्टर का डिसीजन 1 ड्यू बाय 20th November।
correct.
दैट इज फॉर 1 क्वार्टर।
1 quarter.
ओके, सो मतलब ये 5 राउंड्स मतलब 5 क्वार्टर से आगे जाएगा ये।
Correct.
Sir, when we are hiring some assembly workers, but when we see at the human resource, then we see assembly workers as well as machinists. So how this count of machining is maintained? Whether we can
Like
directly
for
have
example, let's say for example you have 27, and let's say you decide for second shift, so you need 32. So 5 will be automatically recruited.
Okay. And the training which you are giving, that doesn't convert the assembly workers to machining workers, or they are a separate category.
No. The training is not for your machinists. The training is for another unemployed workers in the market. We train them and make them assembly workers.
Okay, that is not for the already in staff workers. That is
No.
for the okay. And this machining is automatically decided by the work hours for needed for the
Depending
product.
on your shift level and your number of machines.
Okay. And one more thing, sir, this hourly wage rate, when we enter, it doesn't take decimals. It was taking only in whole numbers.
Because it was in cents.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
And this, how do we arrive at, supposing if we are to calculate, we can, because when we enter, it is saying some minimum amount of value, it says in red when we enter in the.
Because see, 900 is minimum.
Yes, it shows, yeah.
But because we have given you a starting position at 12 euros, so now anyways, even if you enter 1000 or 900, it will automatically be increased to 1200.
Okay.
Okay. So I think I will share the recording of this session by tomorrow, and I will share the Excel sheet on the group.
Today only, please say, sir.
Sir, can you briefly say about support in this agents and distribution tab?
This ports?
Support. What is this
Support is
support?
of fixed expenses for the office, sir.
What is it?
Sir, fixed expenses for their office expenses. Fixed amount
Okay.
fixed.
And sir, number of ports operated in operations.
मैम ये एक डिस्कशन था. We don't have, मतलब we will do this in the we will do this in the next briefing session.
Okay, but one liner if you have to say.
मैम इट इज बेसिकली कि आपको अपनी वेबसाइट के लिए, जैसे अगर आपके 5 पोर्ट्स हैं तो 1 घंटे में आपकी वेबसाइट पे 5 × 12, दैट मीन 60 विजिटर्स आपकी वेबसाइट में आ सकते हैं.
Okay. Okay.
5 × 12.
So, like one more question is this support effect. What changes it bring in that decision making?
इट इज सपोर्ट्स की, ताकि एजेंट आपके साथ, एजेंट के लिए कि भाई आप हमारे साथ काम करो, हम आपको इतना तो फिक्स्ड देंगे, प्लस ये कमीशन देंगे आपको अगर आप जो क्वांटिटीज बेचोगे. सर एजेंट
Okay.
आपकी कंपनी के साथ क्यों काम करेगा? अगर उसे पैसा मिलेगा तभी तो काम करेगा.
Incentives like that. Okay, okay.
अच्छा सर, आपका यही नंबर है क्या, ये जो 8800 वाला लास्ट में?
करेक्ट 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 सर, करेक्ट.
And sir, one last question. Website development is the 15,000 or what, sir? The
15,000. 15,000.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you everyone. I think you all liked it. We'll have more such sessions in future now. A lot of
Thank you.
information. Enjoy the round one. This every year we have a very nice feedback from you guys. So enjoy this competition. This is for you guys to explore what it takes to run a company. Study the manual. I am here to help you with any doubts during the time. So if I am not able to pick up a call, you can just put me on mail or put me on WhatsApp. I will answer your doubt in best way possible. So enjoy this competition and let's hope that the best team wins. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.